Doesn't matter, but yeah. Well, that will never get repeated in podcast history.
Well, we fucked that up. We thought we were recording. We were saying how Bert is the only person we know who's both funny and a great promoter. Like, usually you get one or the other. You get someone who's really funny, but we were talking about Bert's. We thought all this was being recorded.
Oh, it would have been so much better if they got that natural
The audio
thing.
is being recorded the whole time, just that video. So I can leave that in the MP3. Everybody can download that beginning.
Oh, okay.
All right. Give it to one of those cartoonists and make them make the video.
Well, for everybody, the audio, we're going to stop now. We're going to double repeat ourselves. So a bunch of people, Bert used to have a show called Hurt Bert, and that one disturbed me the most.
I don't remember this one at all.
Bert, he would do a bunch of stupid shit and get injured.
But he's really getting hurt.
Yes, man. He's doing jiu-jitsu with some kid and some red belt kid who's with Hori and Gracie.
He really when he was that young, he really reminds me of that frat guy.
Yeah,
that he was. I can't really see it now, but this is him like 4 years removed from that.
So this guy keeps armbarring him. He doesn't know what to do here.
Kid is 108 pounds.
I think part of it, he's also going along with it, enjoying.
He's got to take the offensive. Fuck that.
Wow.
This kid will never see it. He's played duck twice or possum twice. Now
how
just
about
rush
that
him.
video that I showed you that Bridget Fedesi showed me? It's a video of this guy who's on a school bus. And
it starts with a bus driver throwing a little kid off
the school bus, screaming at him, and then a bunch of people are like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? You can't do that."
They chase him back onto the bus.
The bus driver gets back on the bus, and then they check the little kid.
Remorseful.
Are you okay? And they realize this little kid with like a lunchbox and everything is actually a grown midget, and he's pretending that he's a little kid hanging out with these little kids, and the bus driver found it.
Dude, the look at everybody's face when they say, "Wait, he's not a kid." And they're all like, "Oh, I was mad."
So
now
he's
I'm
got
confused.
the lunchbox. He throws out his lunchbox and then he grabs him.
He throws him.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because he's got a little kid's backpack.
What the fuck
People
are you
are ready
doing?
to beat his ass.
Beat the bus driver's ass. They saw him chuck off a little kid. That's a 5-year-old's body.
People ready
She's
to
calling
fuck
the
him
cops.
Up. Yeah, and then they get to him to see, "Hey, are you okay?" Now watch this. They go to. That's a grown-ass man. So
hurt.
that dude was pretending to be.
Now everybody's confused. Look how confused they all are. Like I was mad before. I don't know
confused.
what to think now.
That's crazy.
They look like they just saw David Blaine.
That's crazy. Why did we bring that up? Why were we talking about that?
That's a great question.
That has nothing to do with Bert.
Something to do with Bert, but I don't know what that was.
What does it have to do with?
It's what else we were talking.
No.
The kid was beating up Bert in jiu-jitsu.
I don't remember.
Welcome to November.
Yeah, this is not sober November. November. And I definitely don't remember what the fuck we were talking about. Dude, you're on an iPhone now. Tell me what that's been like.
Okay, it's been pretty interesting.
Yes?
So I've set myself in October to see if I can fucking do it again. You told me about that app that's on the thing.
Mm-hmm. Limits your screen time.
Yeah. You have that for your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Like 5-6 years ago, there was nothing. It would just give you alarms, and you could
Not
snooze
good
it.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's sort of like, remember when we had to do those 15 yoga classes? Like, you had to do it. So because you had to do it, you just fucking knew you were going to do it. The wishy-washiness was gone.
Of what?
The wishy-washiness, I don't have to do this. I could back off. I could just, I'm kind of tired anyway. Let me take the day off. All that shit was gone. You couldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's sort of the same thing with that app. Because you could always say, I'm not going to use my phone much.
Right, fuck that.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Dude, I'm an observer of the other people on their phones. Everyone who says that is on all the time.
Yeah, it's so easy to be on. And you could, with me, I found myself just reading Google News stories for no reason.
Yeah.
Just looking up. And a lot of them aren't even like interesting. It's like, oh, this car sold for this much money. Or, oh, you know.
And you're just like wasting time. Time you could be bored.
I'm lying to myself because I'm always thinking that I'm going to, but there's material in this. I'm going to find a story that's really funny.
Yeah.
But those kind of you find out anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like they force really good ones, like that guy getting thrown off the bus.
Yeah,
that one's gonna get to you.
The way that the horse thing would have got to you, years before the internet.
Yes, the horse one got to us. Well, the internet was around, but it was years before social media.
What was your joke? I win. You've done that on a special, right?
No, that was never in a special.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Comedy Central said it was too rough.
It's pretty rough, but I wouldn't say too. But
maybe I can revive it.
oh my
I
God,
should probably revive it.
You just couch it. The early days of the internet were like this.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was a true story, too.
Yeah.
I did have a friend of mine that I go back and forth with. He was so fucking... he was one of those dudes that just knows everything that's fucked up. Like, he can find all the video, the Bud Dwyer video. You know, he was one of those guys. And he would send me this videos like, batter's up. And I would like, batter up? What the fuck is this? I open up the email, and it's that porn star with a baseball bat up her ass.
Belladonna?
Yes, it was her. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And then, you know, and then we would go back and forth. I would send him something fucked up. He would send me something fucked up.
The baseball bat was surprising.
Batter nowhere, batter up. I was like, what is this? I'm like, oh my God, how? That poor girl's asshole must be a wreck.
Dude, interesting fact about Belladonna, that first storytelling show we ever did at the Improv, 12 people were there, and she was one of them.
Oh, wow.
Well,
she used to go to the Comedy Store.
Yeah, she was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
They offered me some gaping porn. They had some DVDs. They were giving them away. I'm like, I'm good, man. Thanks. The guy was like, why didn't you take it? I was like, hey, man, it's not a disrespectful thing. It's just
it's not my thing.
I'm not into your art.
Also, I'm afraid I'm going to go down this line. Her husband.
When like gaping porn is the weirdest shit ever because it's people want to look inside people's bodies. You want to look in the hole. They want the hole to be gaping.
Yeah.
That's a style of porn. Gaping.
And why the drip out? You ever see the drip out at the end? Like, why is this still recorded? And they the close up. You know what I'm talking about?
The close up.
They close up vagina and wait for the jizz to come out.
Yeah.
I agree with that face.
Yeah. Like,
yeah. It's not for me. I don't know why it's still on the video.
Some people like it. People like weird shit, right? People like feet. They like everything, and
someone likes everything.
What's really weird is that some things that some people would hate, other people love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know?
With food too, and movies and shit like that.
Like
but
an
yeah, for sure, porn.
intelligent, well-respected woman. I won't bring up her name. Was on stage talking about how she likes taking loads in the face. Now she might have been saying this as a joke, but it might have been true. Yeah. Some people just love it. Like some girls like that, right? That's why it's, or is it? Guys like it, and that's why it's a thing, or girls pretend they like it, so the guys do it. But for some girls would be like, fuck that, get that away from me. Other people would love it. That's what's weird about humans.
Yeah.
Right? There's so many people that are into such weird shit.
I spit on a vagina once.
Ew.
Well, it's whatever. And the girl, she didn't like it. She was like, did you spit on my vagina? Like, yeah.
Somehow with that accent, it's even worse.
Yeah. She goes, well, I didn't like that. I'm like, all right, well, I won't do it again.
Wow.
I don't know. And she goes, all right.
But a guy would get mad if a girl spit on his dick? I don't think so.
No, they might be like,
whoa.
They just shift away.
Maybe if you were like having a really hard time staying hard anyway, because she's intimidating you. Yeah. And you're barely hanging in there, and then she spits on your dick. You're like, hey, what the hell? You might lose your boner.
What if it's like real? Yeah, a full gagger right away.
Yeah,
you're kissing, and then
Jesus
is the next step, and you're like, whoa, slow down,
slow the fuck down.
Was this type of porn inevitable, or like if Larry Flint never did the Hustler stuff and never went through all the court cases?
It's a human thing, man.
Would have happened in 100 years.
Yeah, those Larry Flint guys are important. That they help move the needle for sure, no doubt. I mean, that guy took a bullet for the freedom of expression. Whether you like porn or not, we've all jerked off to it. And if you say you didn't, you're a hypocrite.
I mean,
I'm
no
not
way,
listening.
just liar.
Not listening.
Where he crossed the line that existed.
Yes,
then,
he certainly did. But my point is, I think that they had already done Deep Throat before Hustler, right? Wasn't Deep Throat? When was Deep Throat? Yeah. Deep Throat was a porn film that people went to see like a regular film. It was like a movie. It was
X.
Same time, wasn't it also a nickname, like a code name for someone like the military thing?
But like, no, that's post. Okay, that's during Watergate. Well, that was one of the insiders in Watergate, and their nickname was Deep Throat. But that was because the movie had already been out.
72.
They named one of the Nixon Watergate people
Deep Throat. Yes. Yeah, Deep Throat was the person who was
having fun.
Yeah, for sure. The fucking look, man. Those CIA people or whoever the fuck was involved with all that stuff, FBI.
Yeah,
they're a lot of them are bros.
Yeah, do you think one guy's like I caught a drug dealer?
Intelligent bros.
And the next guy's like, oh, really? Because I went to someone who's running for president and I broke into that fucking office, dude.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
You're like, what?
I'm sure there's some of that. There a lot of, I mean, they're like cops.
Yeah.
Or like military people. You know, they're like, a lot of them are just men, men. They probably watch porn. They probably know who Deep Throat is. If you're working for like one of the biggest police, I mean, it's essentially like a police organization.
None of them majored in English with a focus on Shakespeare.
Yeah. FBI's law enforcement, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. They're
it's jocks.
They're pros. A lot of them are
of course
pros.
They're gonna brag.
Not disrespecting it at
Deep
all.
Throat.
But that's why they would call it Deep Throat.
Nice
Like
nickname,
if it's a group of women that are, from University of Massachusetts Amherst.
Yeah, they'll call it fucking yarning.
They're definitely not going to call it Deep Throat.
Yeah.
That would be contributing to the patriarchy.
Manic Panic.
But that movie was in 72, so when did Hustler start?
Hustler was around 75, 76.
Are you an aficionado? Do you
I
want to
remember
Google this?
I looked this up because of the. I told you about it last week.
The first one that I have in my collection
Kevin
was
Smith this year. Remember, that's Larry Flint started it in Columbus. The first headquarters.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's
in
right.
Ohio.
That's right. Yeah, man. I had to go to the Hustler office once to review porn. There was like an article that they were doing where you review porn. It was so weird. It was like the weirdest thing. I forget, is like early in the days of the internet, right? Like more than 20 plus years ago.
Trying to figure anything out.
Yeah, they were just trying to figure things out and try things out.
So you watched the porno over there?
I don't
with
remember.
them watching you?
I don't remember what it was. I think I was reviewing magazines. I was reviewing porn magazines. I think that was what it was. Or maybe they showed me a little of the porn, or they showed me the magazine. I don't remember what it was.
The same time. Hustler started same year Nixon ended, 74. And the first of the Deep Throat was 72.
Yeah, so that's exactly where it came from.
Didn't you and Stanhope and Stanhope's mom review boobs or something?
Yes. Stanhope's mom reviewed porn on The Man Show.
That was it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Stanhope's mom would watch porn and give these fucking hilarious reviews of it. It was one of the best things we did. It was really, his mom was really funny too.
Really?
She's like Hinchcliffe's mom. You seen Hinchcliffe's mom do stand-up? Dude.
She did stand-up?
Hinchcliffe's
What?
mom did stand-up. He wrote the bits for her and she did them. She had cue cards. She did it at Kill Tony, packed main room and fucking murdered. I'm telling you, dude, she killed. And she got me with a zinger. I forget what it was. But it was fun. It was all shit that Tony wrote. It was funny shit, man. And she did it with like authority. Like she hit the punchlines like he coached her.
Really?
Yeah. It was great. It was great. She had never done anything like that before. And here she murdered at her son's show. And he brings her up as his mom. There it is right now. There's his mom. Okay, there it is. She's amazing. I'm telling you, dude, she fucking murdered it.
She's
Look
taller
at her.
than him.
Dude, how dare you? How dare you? She was really good, man.
Wow, that's cool.
I don't want to play any of it because it's their stuff. But people could see it. What's the video?
Kill Tony 5-year anniversary, episode 273.
So it was Dom Irera who's the best at those
He's
things.
so quick.
He's the best. No one's better than Dom at those roast shows, talking shit, or like something like Kill Tony where a guy does 1 minute of terrible comedy and he gets to chime in. He's just the master at dissecting people, ironically.
Have you ever seen him do his open mic character?
Oh, yeah.
Arrow? Is it Arrow? Razor?
What is it? I don't know.
It's something like that. Oh, he does it so good. He's so nervous. If you interrupt him, he has to back up and start from the scratch, from the beginning, like over and over again.
He's so good on Kill Tony. He should be a regular. He really should. He should be on every episode. He should be on every episode and then whoever the guest is on top of it. He's just so good. He's just so good at talking shit to people when they do terrible things and doing it in a way where you can't even be mad at them. What are you going to say?
So were you watching last night's new episode of Kill Tony?
No, I didn't see it. Why?
You'll have to watch it when it comes out. Ari was on yesterday.
Oh, was it good? Something go
it was
wrong?
great. He got a standing ovation, I think. I don't know.
Thank you. That's what I do. I get standing O's.
Wow, dude. You're an animal.
I just came out naked.
Oh, you came on naked.
Popped out from behind in between comics.
How's that work for you two? They have to blur out your cock and balls?
I don't know. It's something they should deal with. I'm just there for the live show.
It should be. They should have like a little like
a button you can put.
A little blurry thing that can bounce around your cock. Why doesn't YouTube put that in?
Honestly, a setting at this point on the YouTube. Just if you see a cock, blur it out.
Did you see the new release that said something? And maybe this is people freaking out for no reason. Maybe it's not.
Skipped over what it
people
said.
are freaking out about some new terms that they have where they can get rid of any channel that they don't think is commercially viable. Is that the quote?
What?
They did update their terms of service, but I haven't looked into this. I'm just going off of what I think. I don't know that that's like new in the terms.
Oh,
I think
so
that they
it might
might
have
have been
already had
always
that?
been able to do that. Like Facebook can delete your thing. I think Twitter can delete
Right.
your account. I think that's kind of in all of them.
So they always have the ability to tell you to fuck off,
You can't delete your own account.
but they can delete yours.
I mean, come on, dude. They run the fucking world.
They
at
run
this
the
point.
world. Well, Facebook.
They're bigger than the government.
Facebook's giant.
Yeah,
they're giant.
multinational. They'll
Yeah.
go anywhere. They're bigger than the government.
They're giant. You know what freaked me
have
out? I
more
saw
control over us than
Zuckerberg.
the government does.
Zuckerberg on TV in China.
yeah.
I think he was speaking Mandarin. I was so impressed. I was like, look at this fucking guy. How smart is he?
Yeah, he went to the same school AOC went to.
I mean, that's beside the point.
Yeah, yeah. What's he doing?
A lot
there?
of people went to that school that can't do what he.
I know.
Speaking Mandarin that's hard. You gotta if you're learning that as an adult. Holy shit! And he does it on a talk show, and people are laughing. It's really funny, man. So he's on this show, and the guy's speaking to him. I think it's Mandarin.
What? And
It's
he
some kind of
understands
Chinese.
it?
Yeah, not only does he understand it,
That's
he
just learning
tells
it.
a story to the crowd, and they're laughing. So he told a joke. He told a joke in Chinese.
Did he know it already?
He knew how to talk in Chinese
From college?
He learned. No, I think his wife is Chinese, so he learned. Either with her or because
she
of
was
her.
Asian in that movie.
So I think he's just one of those dudes. It's just a little too smart for his own good. He's running Facebook.
They're trying to fucking addict
But
you every chance they get.
Of course they are. They definitely are. But it's just the influence that one person can have. When
so
you're
much.
a kid who starts up a social network, you think you're just going to connect people that want to like say
Make
hi
some
to their
cash
friends
off it.
from school. Or,
Yeah.
you start making some cash, and then next thing you know, people are using it to shift democracies, and then people are putting filters in there to try to control the content, and then people are biased against certain political ideologies and more submissive or more permissive of others. And then it becomes really weird. Like, wait, is this a free speech zone? Like, what is this? Is this like you decide? Who are you? Who are these people that get to decide? Are they deciding only for money? Like, how did you engineer this? Wait a minute. You didn't engineer it specifically to create conflict, but it's more monetarily beneficial for you to create conflict, and your algorithm is sort of conflict. It sort of gravitates towards conflict, right? Like if
What do you mean?
you engage with things, a lot of people like say if it's if it's a topic that is a very
Gets you mad. Gets people mad.
Abortion, right? Abortion. If you engage with abortion threads, your feed will be filled with those things.
Oh, yeah, it'll
that's what you'll
occupy
find.
you, for
Yeah,
sure.
and then
Keep you coming back.
What? Yeah, it's
Let me see
stuff
if this
that
guy
you
responded to my
engage with.
comment.
But here's my question: if you're a person that instead engages with only positive stuff, would that make your? I mean, is it just what you're engaging in? Is that what the algorithm
No, I have the
is?
answer.
Yes.
So I did this as a test to myself, whatever, on YouTube to see how much YouTube was influencing me. With that algorithm, you look at fucking one video.
Go down a hole, son.
Yeah, you go down a hole. Tim Pool kept coming up for fucking 5 months after that podcast you did, and then it was like, so I was like, from now on for a month, I'm only clicking on puppy videos. I'm searching puppy videos. When I see one like of yours or of somebody's that I like want to see, or music, something that pops up before, I'm like, nope, not touching it. Only searching and clicking on YouTube videos that have puppies. Sometimes they gave me dogs, but it was just more and more of that shit. Soldiers coming home when their dog's greeting them. And then eventually you just start hitting me with only fucking puppy videos.
So the algorithm just recognizes what you're interested in.
Yeah.
So you can't
But
blame people then.
No, but sometimes it makes you think this way. It makes you get mad about
Yes.
something. You ever talk to someone who's like woke about something and you want to be like, I don't really believe you. I don't believe you're this mad about this thing. Like somebody made you this mad. It doesn't quite make sense, And so then it's like, I think they've been influenced to think a certain way by these dumb algorithms. That
It's kind of fun to be upset about things too. Yeah. One of the things about like being into anything, left wing or right wing stuff, is like when you get into it, it's fun.
Yeah.
Other people are into it, it's fun too. When you got action, shit's happening, you yelling at each other. You go into that fucking Facebook every day. What the fuck do these assholes have to say about the First Amendment today?
Right. Yeah. You want to get worked
what
up.
Is it? Yeah. But you proved, at least on YouTube, that if you just gravitate towards positive things, like most of my YouTube feed is like MMA fights and pool matches. I watch a lot of pro pool. Like my and muscle cars. My YouTube feed is pretty. It's pretty much what I look for. I don't look for a lot of shit. I look to YouTube for fun only. I'm not trying to learn anything.
Does it still hit you with shit that you're like, Oh, what is this about?
Yeah, occasionally they sneak some gossipy stuff in there, some celebrity stuff in there. Weird ones get in that don't seem to make sense. I don't understand why. But I don't use Facebook. So
that's the most evil one.
Yeah, I use it in the sense that it's connected to my Instagram, but I don't actually use it. I don't get in there. I don't read it. I don't.
There's a little controversy this week that Instagram's going to take the likes away from viewing.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
it's going to take the likes away
from public viewing.
So
to minimize
you
models.
can't see how many likes you got for a post.
Can you see how many views?
You can see it all, but I can't see how many likes you got. So if you put up a picture and your picture got 40,000 likes, I can never see that.
Wow. So they can still make their money off it, but everyone else won't get into a contest of like...
Speculation is that it's going to drive advertising dollars into giving money directly to Instagram instead of people being able to advertise on their own.
Oh, those fucks. Those fucks.
Don't know if that's really what it is.
But if you were an Instagram, right, and you had people making shit tons of money off your platform just by posting things, hey, this is my new butt cream or whatever the fuck you're selling, and they don't even get a piece of that. They got to be like, hey, what are we doing? We're spending $1 million a month in fucking bandwidth, probably way more than that, actually. And you way more than that. They have videos and shit, too. You could upload videos. It's got to be millions in bandwidth for every month. And they're not getting none of that? I get it.
People go there and they get to mine them.
Other ads, they still monetize them.
But you'll be able to show, shit. Like if you have, if you have a screenshot of your phone,
you can do that. I also think that it's going to de-incentivize people to like photos.
Exactly, because you don't see you're making a difference.
Right.
Who's made more money than those butt doctors because of Instagram? Like if you look at like the percentage of like uptick in revenue, like butt doctors. Like guys who just specialize in butt jobs.
Butts better.
That's Instagram made them. They put them on the map.
Yeah.
This dude's out there with butt.
They were going
houses.
broke. They were having to do pot prescriptions, and now suddenly they're in the money in butts.
Those guys are the best.
Dude, do you know there's a theory now that I think is true that women are just hotter these days because they're always on the verge of being on Instagram. So even to go to the supermarket, they're putting makeup on, they're putting nice clothes on. They're always looking their best because if they run into a friend, they might get uploaded. This
is a tough time to be frumpy.
Yeah.
If you're a gal, there's a lot of competition out there, and there's a lot of these hoes go for it. Okay, they go for it. They're pulling their panties aside and at 38% of their pictures. I mean, there's a lot of like strong competition out there now. They're changing the bar, and this is, by the way, for sure, one of the reasons why prostitution is illegal.
Why?
One of the reasons why prostitution is illegal, it would completely flip relationships on its head. If guys didn't need to have a relationship to have sex, just sex, and relationships were only love.
Sex dolls.
But you can get sex from a woman for money, just like you can get a hand job, or just like you can get a massage. Rather, you can get a hand job.
Yeah.
Like how can they massage your head? They can't massage your dick.
Yeah.
Well, if they could, there would be people would change what they want out of a relationship.
Yeah.
It would be different. It would be way like any women. I'm not saying that all women are like this, but any woman that is sexually manipulative, where like she withholds sex from her man if he doesn't do certain things.
That goes away. Dude, my friends in Bangkok, when I met people in Bangkok, they were like, they don't play the regular women here. The non-working women, they don't play that game, because they
game
know,
doesn't exist.
Dude, I can just walk down the street, like a bodega in New York. They're everywhere, and just find a woman.
Yeah.
So this, like, I'll make him wait, and that way, it's like, shut up with that.
Yeah.
You're interested, just go for it.
The problem is shame for the girl. That's the fucking problem. If there was no shame for the girl, if no one really cared if she hooked up with you on a one night stand, it turns out she fucked your cousin a month ago. No one cared.
That's almost gone.
It's almost gone.
Yeah.
It is almost gone, right? It's changing.
Yeah. It's now
conversations. People didn't talk about this shit when we were kids. You had to figure it out on your own.
It's so casual now.
Dude, nobody taught you about jerking off. Nobody taught you about drinking.
Nope.
Nobody taught you what to do in a relationship. Those are the three most confusing fucking things.
And you're just
guessing?
guessing?
Yeah, guessing.
Can I make a PSA real quick for all the children who are going to start drinking? Your parents are never going to teach you about alcohol use. There's a thing called coasting. When you have a few drinks, you can switch to water if you're feeling drunk. You're going to throw up if you keep drinking like a child, but you're a child, right? So you don't get how to do it yet. You got to coast. One water, one beer. One water, one beer.
Here's the thing.
And then you'll have a great time.
Don't have too many. Don't have, if you're going to drink, and I don't advise anyone under 21 to drink because that's illegal. But if I was going to advise them, I would say have 2 drinks. Don't have more than 2. 2 will fuck you up, man.
Okay, I'm going to take the opposite stance on that. You're for sure going to get drunk, but just
2
limit it to drunk.
If you're
2?
16 years old,
maybe 16.
2
I'm
shots
talking
of
about 18
Jack
or
Daniels
19.
will put you in a goofy mood.
I would say wherever you're at, if you're feeling good, just stop for a while.
Stop for a while.
You're
it's
good
hard,
right
though.
there. You still got more going down too.
Well, the problem is you lose your inhibitions, right? They go out the window, and then you're having fun. You want to have more fun.
You'll have more fun if you switch to Coca-Cola.
Shots.
All right, another shot.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you got Bert on the table. He's got his butt cracked. You're underneath it. He's pouring asshole shots.
It's the shots because you can have 2 or 3 of those in 4 minutes
and get blasted.
Yeah, and then suddenly you're like, what happened?
You're mainlining alcohol. Right to the old hatch. One shot, you feel it. Like instantly. Like, whoa!
You're ready to throw up. You still got 2 more shots that haven't hit you yet.
Woo! That's what's up. You know what else is up? Ari Shaffir's going to be with me at the Improv tonight at 10:30. Sold out show, fuckers.
That'll be great.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good time.
I heard those shows are good.
Diaz is on the first show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Fun times.
Can I ask my special?
Fuck, yeah.
I'm finally doing my special.
Yes. And which theater did you choose?
The Skirball Center in New York. We talked a lot about it.
Yes. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Because tell everybody the whole you went on a little journey there trying to figure out where
trying to find a venue. It's a lot about Judaism, my upbringing, you know? Fucking do that. Comedy Club Funny. Be done with that shit.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what I've been working on for a while.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years, right?
It's been the longest one, 2.5 years.
But it's also the first one that you did like a theme. And it's essentially, so what you did was like, there's a lot of guys who do that. I've never been to Edinburgh, but that festival is like, that's how it is, right?
Best. Oh my God.
And it's so like fun. A lot of people who do themes.
Yeah.
They come in. So you decided to do a theme, but to do this theme with American style stand up.
Yeah, that's exactly it, dude. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. I went 2 years. I went with my storytelling show 1 year, and then I was like, my plan was to go show them what a fucking American hour was, which is my last special. Just like, hey, here's your stand-up, you fucking fools. Trying to do some fucking higher thing where you're like tying it all together, but they're not funny.
Right.
They do like 20 minutes of unfunny. And so I was like, everybody here, I'm giving you an American hour. And it was just that. And then the next year the plan was, and it became 2 years later, was like, now I'll do one of your stupid fucking theme hours, but I'm not going to do it where I'm just fucking serious for 20 minutes. That's ridiculous.
Is that what they do?
They really do, and I don't get it. I don't get why you have to. I get the theme. I don't get why you have to stop being funny.
Did you see
it's all theater shit.
Did you see Hannah Gatsby?
I didn't see her live. She was there the year I was off. Nanette. Yeah, I
thought that was her name. I thought her name was Nanette. The show's called Hannah Gatsby. I fucked it up.
Right, thanks.
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it live. The people I know who saw it live was like in the room. They were like, damn. It was like pretty powerful. Because that shit goes at Edinburgh too. People see 4 or 5 shows a day for 5 days in a row.
And but her thing, a lot of it is not funny. Some of it's funny, but a lot of it's not funny.
Intentionally not funny.
Yes.
She
but
was
these guys in England, or
of the not
Edinburgh
funny
guys.
part, that was like legit powerful stuff where you're like, fuck, you're caught up in the emotion. But a lot of them is just forcing in, and I've seen people do my storytellers too, like forcing in some like lesson or something. It's like, dude, it's not there. It's okay. You can just have a fun story.
Right. Forcing in lessons is gross. Yeah.
I always like The Moth, which I like The Moth, but like they always
What's
do
The
this.
Moth?
The Moth is a storytelling series. Mikey D did one on there about getting AIDS.
Oh,
Mike DeStefano. And about his aunt or something. But usually it was like comics did it was just funny, and then when normals did it, they would have something. They'd be like, "That's not just the day I lost my watch. That's the day I lost my innocence."
Oh boy!
Yeah.
So they just got over dramatic.
Yeah, and that's what they do in Edinburgh a lot.
Oh boy!
Some of them are really good,
right?
But that theme thing was that, and I was like, I want to do that better.
When you say American style stand up, I almost wish I wasn't an American stand up so I could fucking wholeheartedly agree with you.
I mean, it's not. We're just 15 years ahead.
But I wish I wasn't an actual American stand up so I could have
that'd be way better.
Non-opinionated point on this. Because when I hear people say, like, America's not where the best stand ups are, I'm like,
you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Of course it is. It's fine. They're doing great. They started behind us.
I'm sure a lot of you are out there in New Zealand and Florida and other countries. Florida's not America. Australia, anywhere you're at.
No, there's good stand-ups there.
There's some of you are a genius, and some of you are amongst the best in the world. It doesn't disqualify you from being amongst the best in the world. But if you want to say that there's not a greater number of hilarious fucks, female and male, in America, a way disproportionate number, you're out of your fucking mind. The greatest ones are here.
You're out of your mind.
It's not even close. It's not even. There's no race.
Yeah. It
doesn't mean you're not
It's a
awesome.
non-starter. Yeah, right, exactly. There's a lot of great comics other places. But overall, they're just like behind us.
Take us completely out of the equation. Take our friends out of the equation.
Yeah.
This place is filled with assassins. It's filled with
the Wild West here.
This is the
This
Wild
whole country
West.
is built on fucking rebels.
Well, especially now with the internet. I mean, you can become a legit national act with no one's help, like Andrew, like Schultz is doing.
Yeah.
Dude, he is doing
draws.
everything through YouTube. He's selling out theaters. He's murdering it. You don't need anybody anymore.
Yeah.
So these fucking killers like him, all these assassins.
He's turned a corner too. People talk about it and like not about draw, but just about like
His material
on stage. Yeah,
he's working at it. He's a funny fuck, man. He's a smart dude. But the thing is, like, these guys, they're blossoming now. There's a bunch of them, man. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch
It's pretty
of
great.
fucking
It's
assassins.
a great time to be a comic.
Hell
It
yeah.
really is. It really is. And people get so worked up too, which is also fun.
Hell
It's just
yeah.
a fun time overall.
People definitely get more mad than they ever have before, but they also get happier that you're willing to push the envelope.
Oh
too.
yeah. Because it's a little bit of danger again. We talked about this. It's
Yeah.
fucking dangerous again. It's great.
Yeah, you said that to me on the phone once. I'll never forget that. I was driving home. You're like, I love it. Comedy's dangerous again.
You might get written off. If you say the wrong thing, you're like, I think I can go a little darker. And they're like, nope, you're done. You're like, whoa,
Here's
you got
the
me.
thing, though. We'll never be written off to each other.
No, exactly. We're fine.
But that's the reason why we can we have freedom that maybe people for short TV shows don't have.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have any freedom. They don't have any freedom.
Well, none. But also, right, they can take away a level of money we can make. But, like, they can't take away the ability to do stand-up.
No.
Unless every club says we won't book you. Or even the workout clubs don't have it. You can just still do stand-up.
Right.
Which is, like, the main thing.
Yes.
And you just have a few clubs that'll be like, yeah, we're never going to fucking get rid of him for anything he says.
But, yeah, and also fans. Like, if you did something... I mean, it would have to be some horrible shit.
It has to be
man.
real life shit.
Yeah, you'd have to murder somebody or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Do you think OJ could do stand-up?
For sure. Oh my God, how do we make that happen? We could get Tony to write for him. Oh, for sure.
Oh, my
He's
God.
naturally charismatic.
I think he's friends with Norm.
Yeah.
I think Norm Macdonald, maybe I shouldn't say friends, like Norm knows him. And I think Norm has actually talked to him about doing his podcast.
Really?
Yes. Do you know how epic that would be?
That would be crazy. I want to show you something the Stan wrote a long time ago. Now that we're talking about this.
If Norm had
If Norm coached him,
OJ Simpson on his podcast, hey, Juice. It just Norm has whatever the fuck the opposite of having a filter is. It's not having no filter. He's just got like weird, crazy shit's gonna come out of his mouth. He doesn't give a fuck.
Did you see the Sacha Baron Cohen with OJ?
No, I did not.
Oh, you got to watch it. He
Yeah.
interviews OJ.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see it.
Oh, it's the
though.
best. And he goes, and he's just this Italian guy, and he's like, I mean, you gotta watch, but he's like, yeah, no, it has some assistant women, I wish I could kill them, but I guess I cannot. And the guy's like, OJ's like, all right, man, no.
Whoa.
Oh, he gets him. Oh, he's just so convincing.
He's so ballsy.
Yeah.
To be able to do that shit right in front of those people, they don't even know it's happening.
Yeah. And they've signed up.
Yeah.
Here, read this. This is what I mean by like they can't ever take it all away from us because you have clubs like this, the Stand. This is when I got
Stand.
one of my e-rages. But you made me think
everyone
of it.
calling the Stand, posting hateful messages and emailing hate speech to us. We never respond to such irresponsible protests despite what you feel about Ari Shaffir. We have the right to book or hire anyone regardless of their views on religion, race, or politics. Ari is a comedian and a performer. Just because you view his creations as something that is not humorous but hate speech, that is your opinion. Harassing our establishment will not deter us from booking Ari to perform at the Stand. Please refrain from engaging our staff. Furthermore, unorganized protest over a something that is out of our control. okay, is not only morally wrong, but is viewed as a crime, we will find out what special interest group this is and press charges if this continues. That is all. Damn.
That's our public post. That's what everyone else is backing down. It's like, well, it's a tough time right now. You'll always have a few clubs like that that'll be like, get the fuck away.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. So you'll always have a place to perform.
Thank God. Thank God. Yeah. Thank Odin. Praise Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we need them. We need people like the store. We need places that, in some clubs they don't recognize that.
They used to, and Mitzi would do this. They used to like write like full letters about Paul Mooney, complaining about him. And we were like, what do we do? And she was like, call Paul, read it to him, and then decide if he wants the letter or not. Tell the people who complained that he's going to be severely punished.
That's what you would do?
We would call Paul, we'd just laugh about it. He goes, read it again, I love this. And we read it back, because you want to go safe for me there, yeah. And then we'd call the person, we'd be like, okay, he's been docked for 2 weeks, he won't be here. Here's 4 free tickets to the Comedy Store. And we were hoping that they'd be there when he was there again. And of course, he was never told not to show up.
Oh my God.
But like, there were idiots back then too, it's hilarious.
Always.
Yeah.
There's
but
always
the club's
people
never
that
going to bow down.
You know what I love looking at? Yelp reviews. When I find someone who has like a 1 star for a restaurant that I know is good. Or what? 1 star? And then I'll read the review. I'm like, let me check out this dude's profile. And
it's full of hate.
Full of hate.
Oh my God, he hates everything.
Sucks. Everything sucks. Every waiter is rude. Every fucking food is cold.
White House, more like the off-White House. Wash it.
Some people are just twats.
Yeah.
They're just, did you see that New York Times review they gave the fucking Brooklyn Steakhouse that we love? What the hell's it called? Peter Luger's. They gave Peter Luger's 1 star.
1 star.
Remember we just went there?
Yeah, it was great.
It was fucking amazing.
Oh my God.
It's
with the sizzling
amazing.
Plate.
Dude.
Those potatoes.
They gave it 1 star.
Come on. 3 stars and you're like, wow, maybe something happened. I don't know.
It's smart. Because look, if you're a provocateur / journalist, and I know how much you love trolls.
Yeah.
That's what that guy did.
Yeah.
He took like one of the most delicious restaurants of all time and he made a 1 star rating. It's either that or he's a moron. So either he's really clever or he's got to be a twat.
It shows up on top of Google when you search Peter Luger review too.
Used to sizzle, now it sputters.
I can't.
1 star.
I can count on Peter Luger Steakhouse in Brooklyn to produce certain sensations, and then I don't know.
Well, it's a very, very popular restaurant, right? There's a giant waiting list. Last time we were there, we luckily weaseled in and had to grease some palms, but it's a fucking sweet spot.
Me and Diaz went when Diaz was in town. He was like, "Get a reservation." And they're like, "You're out of your mind. You can't get one." And so we had my manager's assistant call and say, "We're part of Obama's staff. We would be there."
Oh my God.
Yeah, they said we could do 315, and that's it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Part of Obama's staff.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
The food's there is fucking amazing, man. It's so
doing
good.
that for a 1-star restaurant, you cunt.
That's not 1 star.
That's a troll. You're absolutely right. That's more than he's not just he's just trying to get this out of us.
He's one of those writers. There's certain writers that are just trying to be assholes with everything they do. They love being assholes. They love accentuating. They love the art form of being an asshole, an art form of being an articulate asshole. Where you're an asshole with good. You know how to say put the right words in the right order, which just sounds juicy and pops and makes you seem terrible.
Like
but when you're doing that over something like Peter Luger's, like you lose all that 1 star means. That's not what 1 star means.
No.
What 1 star means is
they
you go
spit in your face.
You go to the Olive Garden and the fucking guy who works behind the counter has heroin problems.
It's actually 0 stars.
0.
They didn't even give it a 1. It was a 0 star.
Oh, that's
which is like I haven't even.
There's no 0
That's
stars.
hilarious.
1 is the lowest.
Not today.
Come on, that's
What?
hilarious.
That's a
hilarious.
Photoshop. Of course, that's a.
Is that really?
No, you
gave it
can't do
0
1.
stars?
You can't do 0 stars. It's a Photoshop.
See,
it's a troll.
it's more showing that this guy's trolling. And look, we're talking about him.
It's great.
Brilliant. He's a smart guy.
He's made us uncover him though, and we
Yes.
uncovered him.
Look, he's
But
a
yeah,
smart
it took
guy.
some work.
He
I
knows
did
what
get
he's
riled
doing.
up.
If you want to make a fucking splash in the restaurant review business in 2019, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You
You
have
can't
to do
go
it that
positive
way.
with shitty places. That won't work. You gotta go negative with great places.
Negative.
You know how you all love this? Well, I hated it.
I shit in your mouth. Yeah. I mean, he was talking about the steak not being flavorful. You're
What
out
are you
of your
talking about?
fucking mind.
If they dropped it on the floor and picked it up on the way, it's still a 2-star.
He's
It's
bullshitting.
so good.
He's bullshitting. And
Yeah.
we're all buying it. Hook, line,
got
sinker.
us. He
We're
got
like
us.
a bass right now, like this. He
absolutely got us.
He got us. Hook in the jaw. I'm I'm fighting against the drag.
It's so much more fun to be angry at something. Let me finish telling you my special.
Oh, you're special.
Okay. So, since it was this theme thing, I was like, we should do it in a synagogue. There's this place that I was like, this works because it's like a performance space that was a synagogue, and then they didn't want me to do it because of my material. And then we kept trying to find new synagogues that would let me do it. The one that would be good for performance, and then also that would let me do it. And they were all like, no fucking way. Yeah, some of them like, do you have Holocaust jokes? I'm like, yes. And they're like, no. My dad just survived. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Or do I have to be one?
No, I think you can say whatever the fuck you want.
If I say it in front of him.
Your dad is a fucking Holocaust survivor.
That's right.
This is a real thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the Holocaust was a real thing.
Tell us not how to deal with it as a people.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like that's one of the rare things where only Jews can talk about it in that way. I mean, anybody can talk about anything, right? But only Jews can talk about the Holocaust from a position of, hey, that was my family that was killed. Yeah. That was my dad who was in the fucking concentration camps.
Yeah, you can give some seriousness too.
Yeah, but
I'll do it the way I want to do it. Yeah.
The only people that can say that is my family
are the people that were
are Jews. The only people. So if anybody,
the Armenians got fully wiped out,
dude. Not only did the Armenians, there's plenty of them. Go to Glendale. Not only did the Armenians have a genocide, but there was a denial of their genocide, like a serious denial of their genocide.
More than the Jew one.
Yeah, like open and recent.
Wow.
Like not that long ago, people were still denying the Armenian genocide. Yeah, that's a very touchy one with them, man. I didn't know about it until Manny Gambirian told me about it.
Yeah, they hate the Turks.
Well, they hate the people who massacred their ancestors.
They also just hate the Turks.
You think so?
Yeah, at this point. They're probably not delineating.
Isn't it weird that
like, fuck all you.
Is Turkey not Turkey to them? Is that one of them countries? Like Japan is Nippon, right? Like we're like, nah, don't like it. Japan.
Turkey.
There's a few countries. I think Greece is not Greece. I don't believe they call it Greece.
Israel is Israel.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
Greece is not Greece.
I don't believe Greece is Greece.
Mexico close.
Yeah, that's close enough. But what is the...
Iceland's probably not Iceland. They have a whole different language.
Maybe, right? Yeah, what is Iceland? But what is Greece in their language? What's the word? I might have made that up. Let's see if I made that up.
We'll see.
My brain is falling apart lately.
Anyway, my special is February 8th. I'm taping it February 8th.
A hard question to Google.
Is
really?
It?
Yeah. Why?
What is Greece called in Greece? Like it's not hard.
Greek.
I know, but like it's not. That's not.
Okay.
What's the hard
part? Google. What is the real name of the country Greece?
Okay. So I was trying Turkey thing, and it's too close to Thanksgiving.
Turn off your safety.
Turn on your hot light. What is
Greece?
What is the country Greece
called in?
What is the real name of the country Greece?
Greece.
The real name of the country Greece? What is it?
The ancient or modern name of the country is Hellas or Hellada.
Hellada.
The official name is the Hellenic Republic.
Wow, that's better than
it's
Greece.
Tougher. It's tougher.
It's not something you put on an axle.
It's not something you mix up with dancing.
Yeah. Greece is the word. Is the word. That's better. Hellenic Republic.
Republic of Helena.
So that's one. We fucked that one up. I'm pretty sure we fucked up Turkey. I don't think they call Turkey. Germany is Deutschland, right?
Deutschland, yeah.
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 Turkey adopted it.
They took it.
It says they adopted its official name, known in English as the Republic of Turkey.
I bet the butterball industry bribed them. There's probably some cross promotion with Kellogg's. That's hilarious.
Remember when Kazakhstan got mad at LEG?
Fucking real mad at him.
Yeah.
Real mad at him. Furious. He was making
I was so mad. It just made everybody happier.
Dude, that Borat movie is one of my favorite movies ever.
That was one of the best. One of the best comedies.
So good. It's so good.
It's up there.
It's
God
so
damn,
good.
it was funny.
So good. You go back and watch it today, and you're like, what in the fuck, man?
I haven't seen it in a while.
And again, that guy, he's just so good at fucking with people. He's so good at keeping a straight face while all this madness is going on. Like, remember when he shit in the bag and was handing it to one of the people in the house in Georgia? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, at the end. Yeah.
Oh my God. He's like,
do you know he fell asleep in that house in Georgia? It's like a plantation house. He was trying to get real racist around them. And then he fell asleep because they were drinking wine. There was like a wine plantation. He fell asleep, and they were like, he's going to wake up. He's not going to know what character's in. Like the people with him.
Oh my God.
And then they didn't know what to do. But then he woke up and he was just like right into it.
Wow.
Like saw where he was. Like,
So he, oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Got blasted, woke up drunk, still realized he was Borat.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. Him with Donald Trump back in the day when he was Ali G. Did you ever see the Ali
Trump has
J
the same
movie?
hair.
Did you ever see the Ali G movie? He made a movie that was only available in the UK. I actually bought a special VHS player just to play it.
really?
Yeah, because it was one of those ones that was. There used to be two
Beta?
two formats. No, VHS. There used to be two formats of VHS. There was a format that they used over in the UK, and there was the format that we use here, and they're not compatible. And you have to either get like a universal player, one that plays all formats, or you had to get a separate one. So I went and got one that plays both. But I got it specifically
Just to
so
play
I
the
could
Ali G
get
movie?
the Ali G TV shows too. You used to be able to buy the TV, shows
were
online
great.
in
Yeah.
VHS.
Oh, those are great.
The ones from England.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, this fucking movie
Before
is
HBO
great.
got it, yeah.
It's so silly, especially if you're high. It's really funny. It's really fun. And I heard people tell me it's terrible. I'm like, dude, don't talk to me. I fucking laughed entirely through this movie. It's if you're a stoner, this is an outstanding movie. What is it called? Ali G in the House. It's from 2002. Dude, it's so good. It's a lost gem. It's one of those.
Is that the dude from The Office?
I don't remember.
The dude that was with him, the white guy?
Probably.
Yeah,
Is
maybe.
it? I don't remember.
In the British Office. Yeah, I think it was. In Hitchhiker's Guide.
Either way,
Yeah,
it's
damn. All right, I'll watch
fucking, it's fucking great. It's fucking great. It's really funny, man. Really funny. There's a dog licking his balls. This is ridiculous.
Oh, this is fun. Did you ever see
Very good
Tom Green's shitty, amazing movie?
Yes. Yes.
Freddie Got Fingered?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
God, that was funny.
there's some funny moments in that movie.
They called
man.
that the worst. That was another one-star. They called that the worst movie of all time. And then
Remember
you
when
finally watch it, and you're like, this is legitimately funny.
shit.
Yeah.
Funny shit.
So, like, real laughs.
That's another one. If you watched it today, you'd be laughing hard.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're a stoner. Remember when the baby was in the umbilical cord and swinging it around the room?
At the end, he like
What the
lands with his
fuck?
house in like the desert somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of should already be over, and it's like he's still going. And then everyone's greeting him. Him and his dad, like Rip Torn or something. They're greeting him. One of the signs says, "Why is this movie still going?"
His whole fucking show was crazy.
That show is amazing.
That was an amazing show.
God damn.
Yeah.
It was the best. It was like you'd never see anything like that.
No,
That
he
and
took
Jackass.
some- he took
same
some
time.
risks.
God damn.
Yeah. There's a lot of people taking serious risks on TV back then.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How about what's his face? The fucking God damn it. The experience, what is his name that does the fucking the guy who would do the pranks
there?
on people and put makeup on and shit?
Get there. Jamie Kennedy experiment.
Yes, Jesus Christ. How am I
X-
not getting Jamie Kennedy out of my mouth?
You want?
Weed. My tolerance, that whole
It went
month
down,
off,
huh?
my tolerance is through the fucking floor.
Yeah.
I have nothing.
I was smart this time. I went into it going like, give me some like 14%.
This is 40.
Whatever.
This
40.
is that goddamn Kevin Smith shit. He gets obliterated all day. Jamie Kennedy had a great show.
Yeah.
That Jamie Kennedy experiment? Is that what it was?
Experiment, yeah.
That was a great fucking show. He had some hilarious. How about the one where he talked those guys
Yeah.
into being gay Chippendales dancers? Remember?
He did some good stuff.
Remember, like
I don't remember that one.
It was Guys Gone Nuts.
Yeah.
It was like he was a sleazy producer and he was telling these guys that they were going to be in this new show called Guys Gone Nuts. And then eventually it got further down the line. He made them dance and stuff. But then eventually got further down the line where they were going to have to do gay stuff. And they were like, he was getting them on film saying how much gay stuff they'd be willing to do. It was legitimately ridiculous. And he's this sleazy promoter treating them like they're, male prostitutes. It's very funny. It was very funny. And it's another one that's real. These are not actors.
Do you remember he got Holtzman to wipe his feet?
No, I don't.
He said he was a king. He was playing a king or a Saudi prince. Holtzman was just somebody he got. And
So Holtzman was
knew
like
him.
an actor for it?
No.
No?
No.
Holtzman had no idea this was happening.
Yeah.
He wiped the guy's feet because he thought the guy was a
eventually
king?
was like, in my country, you're supposed to wipe somebody's feet. And he had Holtzman, who used to do open mics with him.
Oh, my God. So Holtzman didn't know?
Yeah. just full makeup, the accent,
The makeup's amazing.
and then he's wiping his feet, and then he's just like, wow.
Those guys who put that crazy latex shit on your face when they can give you a fake nose and fake cheeks, like you can't tell. You can't tell, especially not someone with vision problems.
Yeah, and for that, I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
You ever hear about Jim Carrey after Man on the Moon?
No.
He got those people that did the makeup for him to look like
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman and Zamuda.
Right. Tony Clifton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got them to make him up as whatever, and the rumor is that I heard. So I obviously have no idea.
I love rumors.
Put him up in just makeup, and then he drove a cab around and drove fairs around, just so we could hear what people are actually saying when they don't know it's
Wow.
Jim Carrey in the room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could
Pretty
see
weird.
when you become someone like Jim Carrey, it's got to be weird as fuck. He probably wanted
Can't
to go
go
on a little
anywhere
vacation with a fake face.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was
I like
real
that
easy to
idea.
do, if it didn't take hours to apply,
Yeah.
you probably want to do that just to see how everybody treats you.
Just be
Yeah.
normal. Oh,
Yeah.
it's great. What a good idea. Especially if you're that big. He can't go anywhere in the world.
Well, he's also now he's become some new thing, right? He's not-
Psychedelic.
Yeah, he's not really an actor anymore. He paints and talks about things, and he's into psychedelics.
Way in. Like everything he talks about is like, he doesn't mention the psychedelics.
He's still in stuff. He's in that new Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Yeah,
He
I
was
think
in,
he's still doing
some
stuff.
TV show recently too.
What is it? Sonic the Hedgehog? Is he a voice? Is that
He's
what it
like
is?
the bad guy.
Oh, the
Like
voice.
he's like no, he's a full.
an actual
full-
human?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, so it's a live movie?
yeah, yeah, it got it's a big controversy, but the trailer just came out today. That's why I was.
And he was on a TV show like a year ago.
Are the
I'm
nerds
trying to
mad that's a movie?
They were mad, yeah.
Of course they'd be mad. They can't be happy that they're making Sonic into a movie and getting Jim Carrey, one of the biggest actors in the world. They're taking it seriously.
Yeah.
When would the nerds be okay when they hear movies coming out?
They're never okay with anything.
Batman, the first Batman with Michael Keaton, they were,
I
seemed like they
remember
were happy.
when there was one of the biggest controversy I ever heard about a role was when they were going to have Tom Cruise play in Interview with the Vampire.
Really?
Yeah, when he was the lead, he was Lestat.
Why? Because it was a beloved
Rice,
book?
Anne Rice did not want Tom Cruise to play Lestat. It was just like this super intense character in these excellent books. You ever read those books? They're very good. And she, had this vision for what her vampire king character was like. The
What'd she
lead
want?
in the vampire. She wanted someone who was just more depth and intelligence and just someone who had more layers. And she felt like Tom Cruise is like Top Gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like Color of Money. But that little crazy fuck can act his ass off.
What was that?
He can act his fucking ass off, and he was really good in that movie. I mean, he fucking nailed it. Like when he's like an angry vampire in that movie, and he's yelling at that little girl, you're like,
Yeah.
holy shit! Like I'm buying this madness. He was excellent.
He's good for a long time.
Oh, he's good,
Still
dude.
is, like-
He's fucking great. He's crazy as fuck, but he's great.
Yeah.
He's got to be. You
Yeah, I
know,
wonder if
he's
that
hook,
lady
line,
should-
and sinker with the fucking sci-fi religion. But his
Sci-fi religion.
but his that's what it is.
Yeah.
But his acting is fucking still. He can go for it, man. In those what is that? Edge of Tomorrow. There was that's
that was the one where
he lives
people
over
gave
and
up
over
on
and
him.
over again.
People had
Yes.
already given up on him for the movie or two before, and then that movie came out. Nobody saw it, but it was so fucking good.
So good. That movie is so good.
And
That's one of the most underrated
Living
science
the
fiction
same day
films
over
of
and
all
over
time.
again. And every
Yes.
time I'd be like, no, because they would do this, and then they would cover that. Like,
Yep.
oh yeah, okay, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I've been on rabbit holes for YouTube. I've been on a rabbit hole of Groundhog Day. So like same thing, like living the same day over and over again.
Right.
And one of them was, how long did Bill Murray spend day after day? Like what was the total amount of time?
What was the total amount of time?
They think it's around, because they were like, it's death. He had to do it this many times. It's
Right.
bowling a perfect game, all these different things.
Right.
They said about 30 years
Whoa.
of living the same day over and over again.
You know what I always used to think?
Yeah. And then you would do everything.
Yeah, as I was getting older, one of the things I thought was like, why do I have this expectation that at some point in time a person stops learning and growing? Like I never expected people in their 60s like being better people and learning more.
Like they're done.
And yeah, they're done. Whoever that guy is, he's done.
Because people do stop.
Right, but why? So
Yeah,
my thought
why?
was like, why do I have these expectations for people instead of just being open-minded? I almost assume
they're
that
not
when
trying
people hit
anything
a
new.
certain age, they're fucking done. They throw in the towel.
But you do meet some people who don't do that, right? Who are like taking an art
100%.
class. Somebody's mom or
100%.
grandmother that's like, oh, I'm learning archery. And it's like, well, that's cool.
When Bourdain was 58 and he started getting seriously fucking into jiu-jitsu, like seriously into jiu-jitsu, I was like, look at you, motherfucker. I love it.
Wow.
That's how you, I mean,
Like, loved it and went for
like
it.
taking lessons, private lessons every day for an hour, and then training and rolling with people for an hour every day.
Wow, really?
7 days a week, like heroin. Like how he used to be addicted to heroin, he got addicted to jiu-jitsu. All in.
Drug
Developed
addicts.
a 6-pack, got
Really?
jacked, dude. Jacked. There's a picture of him walking down the street in Italy, full-on 6-pack.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it like this is the guy that I used to know that was on high. He was on high cholesterol medication. He was on statins because of his diet. Because he's on the road drinking wine, eating fucking this and that, and fatty foods, and a lot of sugar, and just drinking whatever the fuck he wants, right?
Yeah. And then
He got fat. You know, not fat like a big fat guy, but he definitely developed like a little belly. Then boom.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
he looks like Dan Bilzerian.
Dude, he got into jiu-jitsu and completely transformed his body.
Fuck.
Lost all the weight, stopped eating sugar, stopped eating carbs, started eating really healthy, cut way back on the drinking, and developed a goddamn legitimate 6-pack.
Super healthy. He's going to live forever.
I think that's a 7-pack. That bottom one is a solid one.
Oh, yeah. So
Right?
you got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 7-pack. People always like to say 8-pack, but I don't ever see a separation in that bottom one.
The
You
top.
got to be like some kind of turtle person, you know?
3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a long one.
Anyway,
It's the tan line.
Point
makes it
is,
look like.
the dude transformed his fucking body completely. He's throwing a lot of dick root there, though. I'm not happy about
Yeah.
that.
I mean, it's low hangers.
up. Pull
But
up.
I think
Pull
he
up,
like
son.
bought those shorts like 20 pounds ago.
No, maybe it could be that.
Where'd you get that ball?
Where did I get that ball? Oh, who brought that in? Oh, Dave LeDuc. Yeah,
Who's Dave LeDuc?
Dave LeDuc is a Letway champion. He fights in the most brutal form of stand-up striking with a headbutt, and they
Really?
kick each other on the way down. And
Where do you get that? Thailand, probably?
he got
or,
it
Or Burma?
in I think it was Myanmar.
Myanmar, Burma.
Yes.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
they play these games
Yes,
there.
he showed us
the
the game.
volleyball games.
Yeah, that's
it's
one
the
of those
best.
balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Crazy, right?
They get above the net with
With their
just their
feet.
leg.
Yeah.
And they play first of all barefoot most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a guy play a 1-on-3 for money.
Oh my God.
He was like amazing.
good?
Yeah. And these
Holy
other guys
shit.
were just like laughing about it. They were trying to like fuck. He was spiking it, spikes it down.
With his foot.
Yeah, that was my second day in Yangon. You're seeing this stuff, and you're like, how are they doing this? And barefoot on concrete.
I've seen it only on a dirt floor that they were barefoot.
That's a lot of dirt.
Barefoot
but this
on
one,
concrete
yeah.
too. Wow.
It's
Jesus Christ.
nuts.
That is crazy.
It's so cool. It's one of the coolest games I've ever seen.
Well-
and they keep it going. They have circles where they just get going and like
Yeah.
they do the kick. This, I mean, I'm sure you talked about it. They do this is fine. I get that. But when it goes over your head, doing this, so they
Yeah.
hit this straight and know how to pop it right back up.
Right.
I've tried it 100 times. At best I can do is kick it that way.
I think it's one of those things that if your body doesn't develop throwing
Grow
your
up
legs
on it.
around like that,
Yeah,
it's
Oh,
really hard
so
to do.
Fucking, how the fuck?
That was the thing about Taekwondo. Like when I was teaching, you would get people that were like in their 30s. It was really hard for them to learn it. Really hard for them to get good.
Yeah.
Where they can like whip their leg around. But if you get those little kids when they're like 5 and 6,
Then they
you
learn
get
how.
them, teach them how to whip their legs into things.
Yeah.
Here they go.
Oh
Look at
my
these
God, they're
dudes.
so
One
good.
verse 3.
Oh,
That's the one on
this is
three.
the one.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's the one he saw, but this is a
Yeah, you can use your head.
1 verse 3 guy.
Well, this seems like these guys are fucking it up.
Well, they're also Americans.
No, they're good.
Oh, they're Americans that are trying to play.
They're playing good,
oh
though.
my God, look at him. Oh, he fucked up.
Oh, you fucked up, loser, dork. He's
Oh,
wearing a
come on.
fucking helmet. No, it's a bandana.
This is a wild game, though, man. Very.
Oh my
difficult to
God.
do. Oh, he's getting
Ha
jacked.
ha. You got beaten. You're not better than everyone.
Yeah.
Stupid. Way to not be the
anyway,
best.
killer game.
Yeah. Oh man.
If you could learn that, how to whip your legs around like that when you're like 8 or 9 years old, as you get older, you'll maintain that sort of leg dexterity. you
Yeah.
know?
I sent one of those back. I have one of those in my apartment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I sent it back. I took it from Myanmar to Thailand, and then I was like, I need to send this to myself
Back
because
it
I
out.
can't
Back in New
keep
York?
back. Yeah,
Right.
and they're like, all right, we can get it there in 2 days. I'm like, no, I don't need it there. I'm like, slower than that. Like, so what's cheaper? And they're like, I mean, a week. I'm like, you dude, I'm in no rush. I won't be there for like months. And like, we can get you there in 3 months for like $4. And I'm like, Yup, that's the one. No rush on
That's
this.
the deal. 3 months for $4.
It was like so slow. It was by mule or something. And I was like, I'm not there, so go ahead.
Somebody muled it away.
Yeah.
By mule meaning someone stuffed it in their ass.
The whole fucking box.
It's a weird game. That's one where like you need a certain specific kind of athleticism.
Yeah.
Like someone who's an outstanding basketball player or a football player, you're not going to be good at that, right? That's not just pure athleticism. That's a weird leg dexterity skill.
Oh my God. How do they do it?
I mean, and think about like what I can throw a lot of crazy kicks. I can't do what those guys are doing.
No.
I don't know how to do that. I can kick over my head. I can do a split.
Really?
There's a lot of wild shit still.
You have to learn how to kick and forward.
Yeah. You'd have to learn how to jump up and you're whipping down.
Yeah,
and
you are
kicking
just trying to
the
get her
thing
leg
down.
up, but it's up and spike, and they get
I think
their
you'd have
foot.
to be crazy flexible too. It looks like you got to be crazy flexible. Like I'm watching their legs fly up. There's no resistance at all. Like
Yeah.
Most people have a lot of resistance when you try to lift your leg up
They're doing it all the time.
all the time. Yeah.
When are you doing your next special?
I don't think I'm thinking about it.
Good.
I'm right now just writing,
Yeah.
just enjoying performing. And when I get the bug, when it feels like, this is there, I want to, I was thinking about, I actually talked about this with Malcolm Gladwell in the last podcast. I was quoting Jeselnik. Jeselnik, he has a 3-year process. He does it in the clubs just around LA, develops an hour.
Workout rooms.
Then he takes it on the road in clubs, and then he takes it on the road the next year in theaters. So it's a 3-year process. Like that might be the way to go.
Yeah, Louis had that but not in the 3-year, just like when he was doing them, like,
He was doing
3
them
months,
1
4 months,
year.
4 months.
Yeah, he was doing a new special in a year,
Yeah.
which I guess you could if that's all you did and you just really dug into it. But I think things need time to cook.
Also, I find there's some times where it's like, I watch Attell a lot in New York.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the best.
I was just saying that to Malcolm Gladwell too.
Really?
He was the guy that I said, if there's one person who's like at a super elite level where he doesn't get enough love, it's Dave Attell.
And it's like you see him on a regular basis, and you're like, Jesus Christ, he's just has done a level above even the highest level people.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Super dedicated to only his craft.
Yeah.
He has zero promotion in him.
Yeah. And so when he does he has a topical bit, he's not thinking like, well, I don't have time to work on this for 3 weeks until people don't know the reference anymore.
Right.
Because I got to work on a special. He's not thinking that way. He's like, oh, I got 3 weeks with this fucking topic.
Right.
And so he hits it harder than anybody. And then when people like starting to like lose the memory of the topic, he just moves on.
Yeah.
But he's
just
constantly having
abandons it.
fun though.
Right.
And like doing new cool things.
He's also a guy who said is the best example of someone who got better when they got sober.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best example, right?
stride.
Because nobody else does.
Right.
Everybody else gets sober and then they get serious. And it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah, exactly. You can't sense of humor about anything anymore. Come on.
That's the beautiful thing about podcasts, too. One of the beautiful things is that you don't have to, like, ideas that you have that aren't funny, you don't have to bring them to the stage.
They're fine on podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fit for that.
Yeah. Because remember, there was like a point in time after Hicks where a lot of people were trying to do bits on stage that
Oh my
meant
God.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see them doing that and you're like, okay, it's fine if you have that. But like, I just always feel like this. Like, why are you not being funny?
Why are you pushing that, right?
Bill Hicks did it. And honestly, I have the same problem with him.
Hey, how dare you?
It's just like, it's so much not funny. But
But a lot funny too, man. A lot funny. He
Yeah,
had some
some
funny
funny.
shit. And you got to also take it in the context of the time.
Right.
If you were alive back then and watching it back then, it would be really funny shit. You know, when I saw him was like 90.
yeah, you got to put in context of the time. I just
Yeah.
never got it really.
Well, I saw him in like, the
Deep
first time I
talking.
saw him was like 88.
But were you laughing when you heard it? Or were you just like, whoa, yeah, right
Both.
on, man?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both. I was laughing.
Well, that's great.
And I was saying, wow, he's out there.
Yeah.
He was like railing against capitalism and fucking Tiffany in the mall with Jimi Hendrix. He had this crazy bit. Like Tiffany, like, think I'm alone now, running into Jimi Hendrix at the mall.
Yeah.
He just had all these like counterculture bits.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it was mocking ridiculous trends in American culture. He just had some very, very unique takes on things that didn't necessarily fit with our idea of what we thought comedy was. Like, you never thought, like, oh yeah, you make comedy out of that too. And that's what he would do. So he was like making comedy out of like weird ideas, like anti-war ideas, and he was doing stuff that other people weren't doing. And it changed people's opinion of comedy because there was something about when Hicks would go on stage, you would feel like, why? Richard Jeni said this to me.
Yeah.
And Richard Jeni back then was the master.
He was great.
He said, every time I see him, I say, why don't I write more shit like that? That's what Jeni said to me.
Whoa.
After he saw Hicks. He goes, I always think, wow, why don't I write things?
Because he was so deep, Hicks, and
Very
Jeni
deep.
was a
And
lot
Jeni was just funny. He was just writing funny things. He was
Isn't
just
that weird when some master looks at somebody else and is like, oh, why can't I be more like that? And it's like, damn, you're not happy?
Well, Jeni was never happy.
Well, oh yeah, good point.
He was a guy that, for whatever reason, thought that he had to be like Seinfeld with a television show or Jim Carrey with a movie career. He had to be that. And he was like the most probably underappreciated stand-up, in my opinion, one of the most underappreciated ones ever, but definitely from his era.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he has all these specials that you can go watch. You can watch how good the guy was. And when I saw him live, again, in the context of the time, because I saw him live and like
Jeni.
first time I saw him was 88, but I saw him a bunch of times. But I saw him murder at the Comedy Works in Montreal. Oh my! That room is like 100 people max, right?
Oh, that place, yeah.
Tiny ass room upstairs. He lit that fucking place on fire. Damn. And I remember he was doing a bit about some guy trying to sell him a car, some car salesman selling him a car. And I was like, this is like the most standard blah premise. How could he extract so much comedy out of someone selling him a car? But it was like a murderous bit. It was just crushing. Just punchline after punchline, bang, bang, bang. And you're like, fuck. But again, it's like, I've said this so many times about him. You got to be there in that moment. Stand up on TV is maybe 60% as funny as it is when you're seeing it live. Maybe. That's why people go, why are they laughing? Because they're there. It's funnier. It's funnier when you're there, right? Comedy club is the funniest. Theater second. Arena just gets crazy. The arenas are weird. It's like you're laughing, but it's also like, wow, how many fucking people are here? There's like this weird feeling to it. There's an extra energy to it. But,
yeah. Oh,
but watching it... if you watch Richard Jeni today and you go, well, I didn't think it was that funny. Listen to me.
You got to be in the room.
You have to be in the room. And second of all, we're in 2019.
Right.
This is 1990, right?
Wow, almost 30 years, 29 years ago.
I mean, the first time I watched him was, I think it was 92 or 93 on stage at the Comedy Works. But the first time I saw him physically, I was an open micer. That was in 88. I paid to see him at Catch a Rising Star in Cambridge.
Oh.
And it was a half-filled room. It was like a Thursday night. He was like a guy who had been on The Tonight Show. And I knew him because he had been on The Tonight Show.
And you were a comic.
And I was a comic. I was, maybe a week in or something like that.
Yeah.
And I paid to go see him. And me and my friend sat in the front row. And he made fun of me. It was excellent. But he was great. And he was like so casual and loose with like his punchlines. And I remember thinking, God damn, like this fucking guy, he's got it made. He's just traveling around the country doing stand-up. But he didn't think that way. He wanted to be
Isn't it weird?
A movie star. Or
you
TV
look at
star.
people and you're like, you would have killed for your life and you're upset about it right now.
Yeah.
You would have killed for your life 20 years ago.
Oh my God. I mean, forever, dude. What I wanted to do from the time I was a beginner in 1988 was I wanted to make a living doing comedy.
Yeah, that's the base
After
level.
that, everything's gravy.
Everything's exactly.
It's gravy.
Yeah.
And listen, I've lived in a shitty apartment. The only thing that sucks about shitty apartments is bugs and crime.
Roommates.
That's it. You get used to everything, man.
You do. It's
you
fine.
get used to everything.
It's really fine.
Yeah.
It takes like a week and then you're used to it. Prison may be a little different, but everybody
prison's a
everywhere
lot
else.
different. But if you got freedom, if you're in a place that as long as your life's not being threatened and your fucking things aren't getting stolen, all that other stuff is mostly bullshit. If your house has 2 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms,
You get used to it.
You get used to everything, man.
You ever hear the $88,000 theory?
Everything over $88,000
Does not improve your happiness. Your happiness does improve with more money up to 88,000.
That makes sense.
And then it's like a new Lamborghini gives you the same happiness as a new, BMW, as a new Honda. It's like
Probably
your new car.
The thing about a Lamborghini is you can't leave it anywhere. That's the thing about those. If you got a stupid car like that, you don't just pull it up to the mall and park anywhere you want. You feel weird.
Thing to have to think about when you get in a Lamborghini.
I was driving down the Pacific Coast Highway, and this guy had a Lamborghini in his driveway, but he didn't have it in his garage. He just had it parked in his driveway, and it was kind of like sticking out in the street. People are whizzing by, wow, wow, in Malibu.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a weird thing Malibu is, where these houses that are on the fucking highway, like on the Pacific Coast Highway. It's a highway.
Yeah.
And there's a door that's 5 feet from a speeding car.
Yeah, I don't know how they get their car into those driveways.
Dude, they barely get in there without dying.
But then how do they get
Cars
out?
are flying by. Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
it's 60, and they're just turned off. Like,
Yeah, and there's a ton of bars on that fucking road.
oh yeah, I've
A
driven drunk on
ton.
that street.
A ton.
That
How
is
dare
a
you?
fucking
Shh,
bar. What?
You mean you have never driven
I
drunk?
have allegedly never driven drunk.
Never. You've never driven drunk on that street. When you see cars
Everybody
flying
does.
by,
That's where Mel Gibson. He set the tone. We're all
that's
just
where he
following
drove
his
drunk.
footsteps.
that's he went on a crazy anti-Jew rant, right?
He sure did.
Yeah, it was the
None of us
Jews.
cared.
The Jews.
We thought it was funny.
Well, it's just the worst one was the voicemails that the wife
The
got.
hot tub.
The one who was
Get my
like,
hot tub. You suck my dick.
yeah, that was great.
I'm the husband.
You should shut up and blow me. But you felt, I didn't want to support her ability to do that. Like, how does she do that? How are you allowed to do that?
Do
It should
what?
be record someone's voicemails and then play it on the internet.
Yeah.
That should be like really illegal,
Have you? Yeah.
especially if you're married to Mel Gibson, and he's drinking.
Even now, yeah.
He's a fucking nice guy, man. I met
You
him
met
when he
him,
came
right?
on with Dr. Neil Reardon, talk about stem cells. Stem cells like severely helped his father. His father was
Get my wife's neck to give me a blowjob.
whoa. It's, I don't think that was on the tapes.
Okay. I didn't listen to the whole
What is
podcast.
like that's so blaming the Jews is a weird one.
It is a weird
It's
one.
a weird one. It's
It
almost
seems
like
so antiquated.
it's a when you that's your go-to thing is to
oh,
blame
really?
the Jews.
Yeah.
I'm always
Mexicans
like-
taking our jobs is a lot more obvious.
But what jobs?
I know. That not that they're right, but it's more like I don't agree with back. Okay, I
Yeah.
could see it. But the Jews, it really is a throwback thing, right?
It's a weird one. It's a weird one because the it's almost always there's some sort of intoxicant or some sort of a psychological issue.
Yeah.
It's always like when your default is go to the Jews. I'm
The
like, hey,
Jews.
how much have the
Still.
Jews had an impact on your life? I want to know. Like for real, I'm not saying that
Well, let's
some
say- let's
people
say an
haven't
actor.
had
Yeah.
bad situations with people that happen to be Jewish, but I want to know, like, if we could have a chart or show all the people that rally against the Jews, find out how many Jewish people have actually had a negative impact on your life. What is the numbers? I bet
but
the
I think
numbers would be pretty goddamn low.
Mel Gibson would be like, the Jews are the ones who are holding my money back. They're the producers.
Is that what he would say?
Maybe, because I'm saying that's what the Jews he's come in contact with.
Didn't he
The
do
only Jews are the
Passion
ones
of
who...
the Christ and
Yeah.
make like some ungodly sum of money?
Uh-huh.
I think he did that on a ballsy move, though. I think one of
Why?
the things he did was he took ownership of the film, so he financed it. And-
Passion project.
Yeah.
Passion film.
I think that's the case. If I remember correctly, the Passion of the Christ. He's a very religious guy, and his father was too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Nazi
very
roots.
Catholic. Oh, Nazi roots.
Maybe
What?
I'm thinking of Ken.
No. I think
Kennedy.
you're thinking of Schwarzenegger, Austria.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I don't think he has Nazi roots either, but maybe someone in the
Someone's
family.
dad. Someone's dad. Right, his dad.
His
Or
dad.
grandfather.
His
something
dad.
like that.
Yeah, somebody might have had some questions about the Holocaust. I don't know if it was Mel Gibson's
I
family.
just had a collection.
Someone's family.
Yeah.
I don't know whose family it was. I remember something. I don't remember what it was, but he so when he made Passion of the Christ,
Yeah.
he like said, "Look, this means a lot to me. I want to do this movie. I'm going to just pump it." And he had all that loot from Braveheart.
And he put his own money in?
Pretty sure. Is that the case?
His production company spent $30 million to produce the
Whoa,
film.
that's a lot of
independently.
money.
It's a big.
That's more than I'm spending on Ari Shaffir Jew, taping February 8th at the Skirball Center in New York. Get tickets at aritheGreat.com
What
right
a
now for
segue.
tickets.
That's a smooth segue. Are you doing sets in town the week of that you're doing that
Yeah,
too?
but I'll probably do other material those nights.
Oh, really? You wouldn't want to run the set like
I've
constantly?
been running it
Oh, okay.
for so long,
Nice.
so many times.
That's a good feeling, huh?
Yeah, it's just in groove. I did it last night at the store. I was like 3 days out. I was like, hey, give me a belly room. And she was like, I have a main. I was like, whatever. I'll be 50 people in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just running the shit out of it all the time.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's a good place to be where you just have it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. The Skirball's a good place too.
Well, we talked about it where like
Yeah.
some of these synagogues were like, I was bending over too much to like make it work in a synagogue. It would look cool to do it there.
I was worried about the sound. I
Yeah.
was worried about the height of the ceilings.
This place was massive.
Yeah.
Beautiful synagogue in Philadelphia. Oh, but Anyway, after agonizing over it, they came back a week later, like, we don't want you to do it here.
Oh, good.
so it didn't even matter.
Good.
But like, yeah. But I already decided on the
Fuck
Skirball.
them. They probably Googled you.
Wolf shot there. She said they were good shows. She really
Yeah.
liked that place.
Oh, at the synagogue?
No.
Oh, Skirball.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, the Skirball's legit. That's a spot that a lot of people perform at. That's a time-tested spot. You don't have to worry about that part of it.
Cool part of town, too.
Yeah, doing something on a synagogue, man, like who knows if it's going to work? What kind of sound you going to have? What kind of echoes are going to be? Are the people going to get in the audience? Is it going to be weird when it comes through on the television? Is it worth it?
Was it worth it? That's what I had to agonize over. Is it worth, what percentage worse might this be, the laughter, versus what do I gain from the look?
Two of the things you talk about that I think are very important. One is to do it in New York. I think that's huge. It's a gigantic Jewish community.
It's where the Jews in America are.
Yeah, I mean, Boston is like maybe second, but not as prominent. New York is where it's at.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like that's where you perform most of the time.
That's true too.
Super
I know these
comfortable
audiences.
there.
Yeah.
And the Skirball, dude, come on, man, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
It's perfect because the theme, like, is self. Once you get past what the theme is, people just want to hear the material. It doesn't matter if you're in a synagogue.
Oh, okay. So that's what I did. Yeah. But that's what I did with this thing. So I was like, I'm going to work out all this shit, this theme stuff in clubs in New York and LA, just regular club sets. Funny.
Right.
So follow Big J, talking about some relationship in the crowd, or follow some Bobby Lee doing whatever.
Right.
And then just like, I'll just do this. And it has to be as funny as those guys.
Yeah.
With a theme. I had to make people like not notice the theme.
Yeah. Yeah. It has to be stand up.
Yeah. It's just stand up, and then that theme is on top of it. But since it is that, it's like, oh yeah.
That's awesome. So
yeah, I've never worked
how
so
much
hard
material do you, I know you haven't. How much material do you have outside of it?
A year ago in Edinburgh, a year and 3 months or something like that, I did an add-on show after my last few shows were done, were sold out. That we did an add-on show in a tent, and I was like, this will be the next specials material. I just ran all my because the problem is I go crazy with just this theme shit. Like it's like annoying after a while.
Right, you don't want to talk about one subject anymore.
Well, you also get like bits come because you get like your mind pops off. You see something. You see a homeless guy picking shit out of his ass, and you're like,
Whoa.
all right, this is a bit,
Hey.
Or that lady on Sunset. Every comic at the store had a bit about that lady dancing in the street on Sunset because they all felt like they just saw her, even though she was posted up there. Things make your mind pop off. So I still had that, and I'm like, well, I got to do this for a week, or two or something, and
just to
like,
crack
get
it
rid
up.
of that.
Yeah.
And then when I'm done, like, all right, I express myself, shit like that. Then I get back to the material.
So November what? What's the date?
February 8th.
And it's arithegreat.com?
arithegreat.com. Yeah. Yeah.
And tickets are available right now?
Right now. I'm telling everybody right now, today. That's why I came out to fucking LA.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
February 8th, is that what you said?
February 8th in Manhattan, New York.
Beautiful. That's plenty of time, you fucks. Get your shit together.
Get your shit together, make your plans.
And don't dose Ari as payback either. You
No,
fucks.
that can't happen
I know
again.
you're plotting. I know what we'll do right before a special. Switch his water bottle around.
Yeah, like if I had a water bottle. Yeah. That'd be crazy to get the exact same water bottle, switch it like an old spy.
Are you and Bert cool? Did everything?
Yeah, we're all right.
That's all right.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
It was a tough month.
Yeah. It was a rough one.
It got weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think the lesson is don't dose anybody. But
Yeah, that's definitely the lesson.
but I mean, definitely do give free drugs to people. But
But only if they ask for it.
yeah. That's more trouble than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Well, plus
that
you
a
didn't
lot.
take into consideration that he's on medication either. Like that's the big
I did
one.
not take into consideration.
Yeah. There's a bunch of issues there.
Yeah.
Oh well. You
What are
live, you
gonna do?
learn.
Everything worked out.
You live, you learn.
I'm just never allowed in this home again.
It's his newfound zest for life. That
Yeah.
has given him this
Everything
ability to
got
put
there.
out that promo.
What drugs have you been on since
Just pot.
Just pot?
Yeah. I haven't
Booze?
done anything. Oh yeah, booze. Yeah. Booze and pot.
Yeah. I think me too. No, I took some Molly. A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. It's just a dance on. But that's it. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah, me too.
But I felt good sober too.
Yeah, me too.
I enjoyed it.
No, that's what I meant. How do you feel being sober for the month?
I enjoy it. I enjoy that there's no choice. Like sometimes I wanted a glass of wine with a steak.
Yeah.
But the reality is it doesn't matter. I don't really need it. It doesn't
No, you
really
don't
make
need
that much
it,
of a
but-
difference.
But like, yeah, no, you don't. Just because you don't need it doesn't mean you can't enjoy the things out of life. Like we smoke pot
yeah.
here, but it's like,
Yeah.
what if like we don't have any pot? It's like it's all right. We'll still do the podcast.
Yeah,
but
for
we
sure.
also really liked it.
Yeah, we like it too. The thing about alcohol, though, versus pot is you pay a price.
Yeah.
You probably pay
Not
a
for
price.
a glass of wine or 2 beers.
No, you pay a small price for a glass of wine or 2 beers. Small price. It's very small. You might not notice it. Maybe it's a quarter.
Worth it.
But if you have like 3 drinks, you pay a few dollars. You're gonna
Right.
lose. You're gonna lose a feeling. You're gonna lose a step.
Yeah.
It's a fact. It's a fact. If you get hammered, if you drink like 7, 8 drinks, you get drunk. The next day, you're gonna feel like shit. You're not gonna perform
yes,
as well.
that's true. But also that day, if you're with friends drinking, also
worth
feels
it.
really good.
Might be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a good time with your friends, getting a little loopy.
Yeah. It's a good point.
That's where I miss it the most. Not in moments. I didn't miss the drug. I missed the drug enhancing a moment that should have been. Yankee games, my brother coming to town, a glass of wine at an Italian meal, you know, where it's like,
yeah.
I didn't want the wine. Once I have the Italian meal, it's like, oh, yeah, wine would be great here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a technology. They figured out how to alter your state predictably with a small glass of liquid.
It's pretty great.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. The first few days I was struggling. I'd pass by locked cabinets of like liquor at hotels. I was like, oh.
But it's like everything else, right? It's like you can abuse virtually everything that everybody enjoys, whether it's food or sex or anything, or electronics or anything. Television. There's some people that watch television 12 fucking hours a day. They just sit in front of the TV and watch TV all day.
What do you do to limit yourself on there?
On TV?
No, on that fucking stupid thing.
I've been really good with it lately. What I mostly do is the one thing that I do trick myself with, like I said, is those Google stories. I read too many. I read news stories, and then I wind up reading like scientific stories about like fucking space and all these different things. A, because it's interesting, and 2, because I'm getting to look at my phone. So it's like I'm tricking myself into saying, "Oh, this is like crucial information that I need to have." Like I can
But also,
get this
it's
at
because
home.
of the feeling I need to check this. I need to check this.
I
Tate
could
said
get
he
it at
got
home.
banned for 3 days on Instagram for something. You know, that shit happens. He said during that time he was banned, where he's like, "Oh, I'm banned for sure." He checked his phone like 72 times. Check his Instagram. And he's like, "No, still banned." Like it's just reflexively we end up going to that.
Oh wow!
Because of the lights and colors or whatever. I don't know, but
It's not good for you.
the parental control, it shuts it off after I use it for an hour, whatever you want to set it to.
Yeah.
My girlfriend put the code on there.
Yeah.
So I can't override it.
Yeah.
You know, if I need to promote something big, I need to be on there all day, I would tell her to take it off. But like, otherwise, once I hit an hour, it says you got 5 minutes left. If you're going to make a post about a show, do it fucking now.
Right.
And then you're done.
Then it's over.
Yeah. And so it's like, and then I end up using it a little less because I don't want to waste that hour in case, let's say I want to post something later.
Right.
Or I want to get on there, you know, so I want to save some time. And then I end up only using it for like whatever. But I need that parental control.
It's very rare that I really do need to answer emails on my phone.
Rarely. And
Very
you could do
rare.
it an hour a day and just get it all done.
Yeah.
Right. Or do it on your computer only.
The only time is like, say if you were in the middle of a deal, like you were about to sign a deal for your special and you're going back and forth with
February
lawyers
8th,
and all
the
that.
Skirball.
The Skirball, February 8th. It's called June.
AriTheGreat.com. Yeah.
You can get tickets
2
right
shows.
now.
2 shows.
But if you were going to do that, like that kind of makes sense. You would check your phone during the day.
Right,
But
if you have
most of
to.
the time, no. I check it in the morning just to make sure there's not some nonsense that I forgot I have to do during the day. And then I try not to check my email at all until I start doing podcast ads.
Okay. So one thing I would say for that is what I like is not checking it for the first hour or 2 of the day.
That's good too,
That's my
right?
best
Don't
thinking
even look
time.
at your phone.
Don't even look. And I set a time of 11 or 12. If I wake up at 9 or 10, great.
Right.
Wake up at 11:30, whatever. But like until 12, like don't touch it.
You know, my favorite thing to do, and I've only done this a couple of times legitimately, is don't look at my phone at all and go right to yoga class.
Great. And then
I
your
do an
mind's
hour and a
racing.
half,
Then your mind's racing. It's
Before
all
I
the
even
fuck the whole
see it.
night.
Before I even see
Yeah,
it.
the whole night. Instead of bogging it down and like, does this deal sound good for this club? And what do you think for T-shirts? And it's just like, just let your mind wander when it's supposed to.
Know what else?
What?
Get high as fuck before yoga.
Get high as fuck. Yeah.
Don't look at your phone. Get high as fuck before yoga. You come out of there a different person from another dimension, a different hole in the time-space continuum. You just drop out of there. Bloop.
You start thinking.
Change your universe. Change your life.
You ever space out when you're doing like a back on your back thing, and then all of a sudden you come to, you're like not asleep, just like out of
Oh
it.
my
You come
God,
to,
in
everyone's
yoga.
standing up, and you're like, oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
You have to like catch up.
Forgot.
How long was I out?
Yeah, you can get zoned out, man. You're messing with your consciousness when you're doing that.
Yeah.
You're holding those poses and breathing. You're messing with your consciousness. And I say that in a good way. They did a new Netflix special about that Bikram guy.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I saw there was ads. A lot of people are changing the name of their
They
yoga
are.
class.
I know the one I went to 2 years ago.
Yeah, they're just calling it hot yoga.
3 years ago. Yeah, she was like, because
Well,
nobody wants to be associated with that. They're
no.
hippies. That guy's
Also-
a full rapist.
He definitely has some issues.
Why would that rape those women? Women would pay $1 million for one drop of my
One drop
urine,
of my
semen.
sperm?
Yeah. Why would I
Yeah.
rape?
One drop of my sperm. Yogi Guru Predator. I like how he has a bunch of Rolls Royces. That's my favorite part. He does yoga with a Rolex on. Holla.
Do you think that's on his card? Yogi Guru Predator.
Now it is.
Now probably,
Now
yeah.
they probably put it on there. He's a fucking character, man. In the worst way possible, but he's definitely a character.
Why the hell Hitler from that lady?
This is a thing, man. When you're around a bunch
Saw
of
that?
these
The fuck?
freaky
Set that up on
people,
purpose?
I'll see that movie. When you're around a
I
bunch of these freaky people and everybody's half naked, and you're the guy who's the one teaching them how to do yoga.
Yeah. You're the master.
You get to fuck.
Dude, isn't it weird when you see somebody who went all in with yoga?
Oh yeah, it's weird.
Like they shave their heads.
Oh, yeah.
They only wear the yoga pants. It's like that is their being.
What if that's what I started wearing yoga pants everywhere?
Oh, I'd
How
be
would you
like,
feel about that?
oh, Joe
How'd you
went
feel
yoga
about that?
Joe.
I'll go. Well, I already wear a fanny pack. What would be the
That's
problem?
a far different world than
and
yoga Joe. What?
With a Bikram t-shirt on. If you're allowed to wear a Bikram t-shirt, you got to wear it now, right?
Quick, before that movie comes out.
I think the special's out. This Netflix documentary. I think it's out.
Is that the new stand-up
But
special?
people
from
don't
Netflix?
know about it yet.
Is that
Yeah,
they're really going broad.
It's after Paul Rudd. They just went right to Bikram.
Comes out next
One
week.
drop of my sperm. Women spend $1 million.
I'd be like, show me one woman who spent $1 million in your
Yeah.
sperm. You only get one drop. That's
Yeah,
all you get for $1 million.
I
You
know
don't get a
some-
whole load.
I know someone who runs a yoga studio, and that was the fucking final nail in the coffin.
When he said that,
Yeah, one drop of my sperm. They're like, all right, changing the name.
yeah.
It's so crazy. But I think back when he started getting crazy, right? How
Yeah.
old is he now?
78,
Is that old? He's probably pretty fucking old, right?
240.
Back when he
He's up
first came
Sissy
here in the
Spacek.
80s, and they're like doing, you remember girls would wear like scrunchy socks, and it was, you remember like
Yeah.
like Olivia Newton-John, let's get physical. Let's get physical. Girls were taking aerobics classes, buying those Reeboks aerobics shoes with the
Yeah.
Velcro. Everybody had those.
The socks had a little poofy ball in the
Oh,
back
that's
sometimes.
right. The little poofy ball at the sock. I forgot about that. That was when
Good
that
time
dude
period for
started
chicks.
slinging. So he came over here from India.
Shorts with leggings underneath.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Shorts with
Tan
leggings.
colored leggings.
Yep. So he came over here from India and
Yeah.
started teaching and just letting the old snake out of the basket. Woo! That's
what they had in
Is that
Battlestar
racist?
Galactica.
To make like Indian music sounds and say he took the snake out of the basket, insinuating his cock, but yet he's a snake charmer.
Oh,
because
okay.
a lot of Indians are snake
yeah.
charmers. I want
see
to know
what
if
you're
I'm
saying
racist
there.
there.
You
I don't-
definitely got, joke-wise, you got 2 levels. So
Yes.
joke-wise, you're clean.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
But-
but fuck structure's great. Is it racist? Because that's the
Because I make the noise too.
Right.
Because if you say something about someone from China and you went bang bang bang,
Yeah, then
people
racist.
go, "Oh my god, you're racist."
Okay, well, definitely, I would say there is an argument for racist, but now let's see how valid that argument is. Yeah, maybe.
You could
But that's
kind
not
of, if
all
you were
Indians.
super woke, you could go in on me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, if you were really woke, you could take a swing. You could- Well, it's like you know who have fucking.
that's the woke swing.
Do you know who fucking never gets stood up for? It's fat white guys. Like
No.
you can shit on fat white guys. They're not even human. Nobody gives a fuck about the way they feel. That was me. I pushed this little.
I would say please do.
Oh, you talking about Bert?
No, I was not. But he's not fat anymore. He's not obese anymore.
He lost a lot of weight.
He's just overweight.
He lost a lot of
A
weight.
lot of weight.
He looks good.
Yeah.
He looks very good.
There's only one guy now who does not look good.
Tom? Did you just say Tom?
No, I heard you say Tom.
I didn't say Tom.
Wow, I
was
don't
asking
remember
a
even saying
question.
it.
He looks fine to me.
Maybe you got a different filter.
How dare you?
He's bigger than
How
Bert. He's
dare
bigger
you.
than Bert.
Is he really?
Oh yeah,
Wow, Bert's winning now.
yeah.
Well, I told Bert if he makes 205, he gets the belt.
Yeah.
And I texted
Oh,
him.
at any point.
I text anytime. I text him 2 weeks out. I go, you going to make the weight? He's like, oh, I don't think so. I've been on the road. I go, come on, pussy. How much do you weigh? I go, dude, there's guys who weigh 235 on Tuesday and they fight on Saturday at 205.
Yeah, you can cut that.
They cut the weight. Yeah.
I would love to see the fucking fat
I gotta be on
fold
the
hangover.
road.
Did you
That's
guys see
him.
this? No. This guy was. This is
that's not him.
It's like a wrestler
That guy's very big.
ranting in a ring. I think he's in Australia.
What's he ranting about?
He's like
Look, Big J's in the background.
talking shit to the crowd. They're like,
on the welfare.
for those that are watching, you can't see this, but they're like just 10, 15, 20
Whoa,
people there.
Steve Brown.
So-
is-
But I just want to skip ahead to the end here.
What's happening?
He's being the heel. He's great.
Oh, hold on.
What is he?
There's a guy that yells out. He calls him Tom Segura. Because he's like just ranting
I
like
don't
a
know if Steve
comedian.
Brown wants to bring hockey up on this broadcast.
Sorry, I fucked up. But
No, it's all right. Play it back. We'll find it.
all right,
Yeah. No, I enjoy your failure.
wanna
Keep
hear
it
it.
going.
thanks.
Have you guys heard of it? Yeah, we heard of it when we watched them Toronto Maple Leafs on the TV. They're pretty good. Doug Gilmour's my favorite scorer. Yeah, guys, you're watching a VHS. Doug Gilmour's not on the team anymore. Hey, Tom Segura, wrap it up!
I don't know if Steve Brown wants to bring hockey.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, Tom Segura, wrap it up.
Random rule Canada.
Yeah.
That might not have actually been said. That sounds like someone inserted that sound.
Oh, maybe.
Could
I'm
have
buying.
been,
I'm
I guess.
not buying it.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
I know what
been.
they're doing.
Yeah.
They found some guy doing that, and some other guy
Yes,
got doing.
that's
Let me
what it
hear that
is.
again. Play it again.
Yeah.
You might be right.
Let me hear it.
Might be crazy.
I'm from a real city. It's called Toronto. Have you guys heard of it? Yeah, we heard of it when we watched them Toronto Maple Leafs on the TV. They're pretty good.
Oh, that's it.
on.
Because he was still
Doug Gilmour's my
talking.
favorite scorer.
Here we go.
Yeah, guys, you're watching a VHS. Doug Gilmour's not on the team anymore. Hey, Tom Segura, wrap it up!
I don't buy that.
I don't know if
That
Steve
sounds
Brown
like
wants to
that's in an echoey room. That sounds like that guy did in his bathroom.
Yeah.
His mom's like, "Why are you screaming
In
down
the
there,
wind.
Jimmy?
In the wind.
Why are you screaming, Jimmy?" I'm not buying it.
Says no gimmicks.
Well, that's what I would say.
It says this according to the website that it's on.
I
It
mean,
says no
it's-
gimmicks.
I
what
would
it
say
says right
no
there.
gimmicks as well. That'd be a good way to do a good gimmick.
Yeah. The law is not strict on the no gimmicks claim.
Bro, that's a lonely road, right? We're talking about the road of being a stand-up and traveling and doing
Wrestler.
stand-up. Being a pro wrestler that nobody knows, like
Yeah.
trying to make it on the circuit. Whoo, like doing what that guy was doing.
Yeah.
That's rough.
That's tough.
That's rough.
Cole Cabana, you ever talk to him?
No.
Yeah, he's like a legit wrestler. Just on the road all the time.
It's hard, right?
Yeah.
Is your friend Tommy still bowling professionally?
No, his legs are shot out. His knees are
From bowling?
from bowling. Yeah, I guess so.
Jesus Christ. We used to be cavemen. We used to be able to fight off saber-toothed tigers and
Dude,
neighboring
he
tribes.
was ranked 5th in the world in bowling. This is how great stand-up is right now. He was ranked 5th in the world in bowling, and he made 35 grand that year.
It's a good year.
like,
Good year for a
what
bowler.
chance do
There he
you have?
is with you behind him.
Yeah. Oh, that always comes up on Reddit because of that sign.
So his knees are shot
Lutz.
from bowling.
I think so. I don't know.
What do you do that in bowling that makes your knees go?
Let's see. Let's try to rhyme it out here.
Okay, here we go. Bar.
There's like that torque, I think, probably when you have to twist.
Oh, okay.
sorta.
Yeah, I
Probably some
guess.
torque in there.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
If you twist harder, you probably torque harder.
But you're on those slidey shoes.
You want
Maybe
to
that's-
slide his shoes. You slide in. Maybe
Maybe
they
that's
lean
part of
into
the
it
problem,
more.
right? Slidey
trying
shoes.
to get grip with your
Yeah.
muscles and.
I do know there's some
fucked up.
pros that play into like their 40s and 50s.
It seems like slidey shoes wouldn't be the way to go. Like if I didn't know better.
But you don't want to.
I know.
You don't want to stop short.
Right. But I'm saying I do know that slidey shoes is the way to go because the pros use them.
Yeah.
They're not stupid. But I would think that if you had more grip, you could wing the ball harder.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think it's the movement they got going, the speed they
Yes.
got.
There's like a momentum and a whip. Yeah.
So yeah.
Let's watch some strikes.
So it almost all says it's arm injuries except for MCL.
Maybe
Oh,
he had
him?
an
He has
MCL?
arm
No,
injuries?
like just common
Oh.
bowling injuries.
Oh.
Just all arm
The
injuries
arm I can
except
see,
for the
throwing this
MCL
out.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how many fucking Marines are laughing right now? You got hurt. Bowling!
They don't have the guts
Fucking
to
bowling!
step into the lanes.
You fucking bowling?
You've been to Afghanistan, but have you been to Hardwick Lanes over on 3rd?
Ooh, that's a hard lane. There's a lot of dips. They don't grease up the rails. Whatever it is, the floor.
yeah, like whatever the
Wax up
saying
the-
is.
you know how they carve balls will carve a groove. You got to find the groove. Yeah.
So he says, so here's how the tournament works. You play the whole week, and the top 5 go into the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Starts with 5th plays 4th, The winner of that plays third. The winner of that plays second. The winner of that plays first for the championship. So if you're in first place for the week, you have to play one game.
Whoa.
If a lefty is in the fourth, fifth game, if that lefty wins, he's already set a groove that only he's going to be in.
Oh.
Whereas the righty has to use the other guy's groove, and so it's like he's not setting his own. The lefty will go all the way and win.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's because the oil on
It's because
on the
they've
road?
grooved up the fucking lane their way exactly. No one's fucked it up. Two righties are like, I don't remember
It's a
using
great
each other's
game
groove.
for 6-year-olds. That's what it is. It's like pool if you only broke the balls. And people get mad at me. How can you say that? Put bowling's the skill. The blah blah. They get so angry. $35K for number 5.
Yeah.
Just
What are you hoping for?
Just shut your mouth. It's a child's game.
They have roommates on tour.
My ball is 15 pounds. I'd like to see a 6-year-old throw it.
They have roommates on tour.
Yeah.
The best guys have a
Have
roommate
roommates.
for the week.
Yeah, they have to.
Dude,
They're not
there
making any
are
money.
bowling groupies that are hideous. Every industry has a groupie, and
Every
the bowling
industry.
groupie is not great.
Every industry must have groupies.
Yeah. Yeah. Where they're
What-
like, I know you from the scene.
Yeah, even ones you would think, no fucking way.
Bowlers!
Like you used to think no fucking way for like guys who played video games, but now
But they have
guys who play
Ninja
video
for
games-
sure. Ninja's getting his dick sucked.
Wow, right now?
Yes, for
He's
sure.
married, but there's other guys that you could say that for sure.
Yeah, technically, your wife could suck your dick.
Well, yeah.
I know it's foreign to a
she
lot of
could
men,
do
but
it. She could do it if she really cares.
yeah, she can do it if she really cares.
You can get it if you really want, but you must try. Yeah, it's there's a lot of money in it. So once there's a lot of money in something, you get groupies.
Yeah,
100%.
But
right?
even not, even if it's just well, you had pool groupies, didn't you? Didn't you have
There
lounge
was-
lizards that hung out there?
There was a few really hardcore drug addicts that would hang around the pool room, and then some like really lonely ladies.
And
then there's a
they'd
few
hook up
girls who played pool, and they would hook up with guys too.
because they saw like these guys are the best.
Yes, yeah. There was a few of those girls who would get really. They would be pool players. They'd be really into like the pros. They would hook up with the pros.
University, yeah, right. And they'd be like hang out waiting to like score with.
Yeah, that game
Tommy
ain't much
O'Doulson.
better, man. The only thing that saves pool is there's some
Hustle games.
There's some tournaments to be played in America, but in other countries there's a lot of money. There's big like they go to Qatar and they play billiards in China, and you can make like real money in tournaments out there. But you have to be like a Shane Van Boning or
He's a deaf one.
Yeah. He's top of the food chain. You have to be like him. There's a few of those guys. Jason Shaw. There's a few of those guys that are like just straight up killers. They can travel the world.
And they're fucking bitches all the time.
I
Still
don't
not.
know. I don't know. I would imagine if you're like an elite pool player and you're a handsome fella, you'd probably get a little tail. Get a few pool player
Groupies,
gals.
people that are like,
Maybe
hey,
in
I'm
other
in a
countries.
pool and you're the best.
That's the thing about if you went to Asia,
Denmark.
you might be like a
god to them.
Yes. Yeah, but like in the Philippines, pool's huge. Philippines is like there's this guy Efren Reyes. He's
Yeah.
probably the greatest pool player of all time, and he's from the Philippines. And that guy is a star over there. He does commercials and all kinds of crazy shit. Everybody knows him. Like people see him
What?
on the street. Yeah, it's like pick like a like Tiger Woods. Like how Tiger Woods is for golf, that's how Efren Reyes is for pool. Tiger Woods goes anywhere, people know who Tiger Woods is. If Efren goes anywhere in the Philippines, he does commercials with Manny Pacquiao. Like, and Manny knows, Manny actually plays really good pool, better than me. He plays like professional level pool.
Yeah, how come you can say Filipinos are standardly way better at pool than us?
Because of the
But
1950s.
you can't say America is clearly the best comics in the world?
You can.
Of course you can. Yeah, I
Well,
guess you
some
can.
Americans
Some
are
Americans
just
suck.
as good, and I mean pool players are just as good as
Yeah, same thing.
like Van Boning.
Some, the top ones
Yeah,
are like, sure,
yeah.
but overall.
Overall, Filipinos have a lot of great pool players. They have a lot of killers. But there's a lot of there's killers over here too now. There's killers from Europe. There's a lot of killers from Europe. Pool.
Yeah.
Pool's different. But with stand up, get the fuck out of here.
You know why I think? I think in England it came from like theater. And here it came from like storytelling, just like around a campfire.
Well, it came from a lot of variety shows too, like Lenny Bruce used to do. He used to do stand up on variety
between,
shows.
right?
Yeah, there'd be like a band would come out, and like you ever watch Marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
Uh-huh.
They have it that way. Like someone comes out and they got an act. They do some kind of an act. They have like a fucking puppet act.
And
then
they introduce the band.
And then they introduce the band. The band will come play a song, and then Lenny Bruce will go on and do some stand up. You know what I mean? And then, that's how they did it back then. They didn't necessarily have comedy clubs. We talked about that yesterday with the Ice House, that the Ice House is the oldest comedy club technically, but it really didn't become a full-time comedy club until 1978, whereas the store, was it 78?
Became full-time in 72.
Yeah. So they were a full-time comedy
makes
club
sense.
first.
People kept saying it was older, but it wasn't a comedy
It's not
club.
really. But it was a variety show. They'd have magic and fucking bands and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's why he said one of Mitzi's biggest decisions was going we're going all comedy. We're not doing music, comedy,
She's the best.
magic. We're doing all comedy.
She was the
People
best.
you're out of your mind.
She was the best.
What a crazy loon.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We needed her.
You need some jazz in people's
Oh
lives.
my God, you needed her.
Yeah.
You needed her.
Wasn't
She
she
knew
crazy?
how to do it, man.
Yeah.
She knew how to run a comedy club.
She let people fucking figure it out on their own.
Yeah. Just wanted you to kill.
She just wanted you to develop and become better.
Yeah, just be better.
Yeah.
And then she'd always find a good spot to put you. In the beginning, she put you on early. You get it with a fresh crowd. After a while, you develop a little promise. She puts you on after hard people. And if she liked you, every set you're going to go after a murderer.
Right.
Every set you're going
Torture
after
you if she likes you.
murderers. And then she would give you advice. That wasn't funny.
Thanks for the advice, lady.
That bit's gross. Stop doing it.
Oh,
But
you
every
have to
now and then,
nothing out
man,
there.
she'd throw me a gem. Just tell me how much she loves me.
Yeah. Just here or there. Man, what a fucking abusive parent. And then just give you a little piece of
but I
niceness. And you're
expected
like,
it.
okay.
I was, 27 years old, and I expected it going in. I was happy just to talk to her.
You got there when you were 27?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
26, really. I went there the
Really?
first time I went, I was 26, yeah. It was before that show Hardball. I came out here with Brewer. And
He was on that show too?
Yeah, he was, Brewer was the mascot in the first
wow.
episode. Yeah. He was a mascot of the opposing team, the Pied Pioneers, and he had a fucking flute and shit, and he got beat up by a giant baseball that was our mascot. It was really funny. Brewer was fucking hilarious. Still
a
is.
crusher.
He's hilarious. But he was out here with me. We were doing that pilot, and it was like, I want to say it was like 93, somewhere around then. Yeah, 93.
Really?
Yeah, and we came to the Comedy Store, and we're just sitting in the back of the room watching that play. I remember thinking, I can't believe I'm even here. I can't believe this is really the Comedy Store. And then maybe 6 months later, I was out here living because the show got picked up. Maybe not even 6 months, probably like 4 months. You do a pilot gets seen, got picked up, came back, did 6 episodes, and I was just hanging around the store.
Whoa.
And that's when I got to meet Mitzi.
And she said you can perform there? You're a regular?
She said I could be a non-paid regular first.
Non-paid.
I auditioned as a non-paid regular, and no bullshit, I was there every fucking night. I didn't have a life, man. I had nowhere to go. I didn't have any friends. So all I would do was go to the Comedy Store after I worked. So I'd work all day on the TV show. I'd go home to my shitty Oakwoods apartment. I had one of them Oakwoods apartments in Burbank. You know, one of those ones where it's a pre-furnished apartment.
4 people were coming at her to act for 6 months. Yeah.
Exactly. And then somewhere around episode 3, I'm such a fucking genius. I figured this show's going to take off. I'm going to get a lease. So I got a lease for a year, an apartment in North Hollywood, a real apartment. And then the show got canceled.
Immediately.
But it's good that I got that lease because I was going to move back to New York. I did not
And you
like
stayed?
it. Yeah, that's what kept me. I couldn't move. I had
Wow.
spending. I don't remember how much it was, but I remember I had a pool table in the living room.
Damn.
That was the number one thing that I did. I got a place that was big enough for me to put a pool table in the living room.
Jesus. That's so
That
funny.
was my prerequisite. I'd walk out every apartment. I'd 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 5 feet with 4 on each side. So it's a 9 by 5, right? A good table is 4.5 by 9. So you want to give yourself like 15 feet width, and then you want to give yourself a solid 20 feet length.
Wow.
So you measure out 5 on the front, 5 on the back, so you don't knock it with a stick.
What an addict.
Yeah,
That's what you
addict.
looked for.
Yep, that's what I look for.
Wow. That's crazy. That's like me when I go to a place, I'm like, smoking's allowed, right, pot? And they're like, well, how would you bring that
What?
up? I'm like, because I want to know now or I'll just move on.
Yeah. Yeah. But I had a
That's
neighbor
crazy.
that got
Yeah.
mad that I was playing pool.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Probably late at night, too. After this.
No. He asked me to not do it until they don't use the living room because the floor was creaking. And this guy was like the superintendent of the building. I went, what? I said, you don't like me walking upstairs. And he said, well, you're walking around the pool table when you're playing pool. I go, what if I just walked? You don't want me walking? Are you telling me not to walk in the living room because you can hear me walking? Like, what kind of floor is this? Like, what do you
You
hear?
gotta fix the floor then, dude.
It was a carpeted floor too. It wasn't like I had fucking cowboy boots and I was running around on a hardwood
Stomp,
floor.
stomp, stomp.
It was a regular. He said the floor creaks and it's annoying. I'm like, wow. What the fuck?
Can you please not walk? That sounds like a New York story.
That place was made out of cardboard though.
All right.
Because
I can hear everything you do. It's like, well, what do you? I don't know. What am I tell you? I'm still gonna fuck.
I could hear the phone ring, and then I could hear the answering machine go off, and the person, like, I could hear everything
message
they
they were
said,
leaving?
every fucking thing they said, and I didn't realize what a piece of shit the house was until we got an earthquake. One day, I was in the apartment, and I don't know if you've ever been in a legit earthquake, but this was like a 5.5. It was really the aftershocks of the big Northridge earthquake.
Oh man.
So this apartment I'm in just goes like this. It didn't do anything that I thought it was going to do. I felt like an earthquake would be like everything would shake.
Yeah,
but it
like the movies.
It started moving back and forth like
Oh, that's a big
the
one.
apartment was made out of a refrigerator box. That's what it was like. Like if I was inside a refrigerator box and you were outside, like, come on out, pussy. Like that's what it was like. The whole thing was just moving.
Oh.
The walls were just moving. I'm like, this place is made out of nothing. This is made out of cardboard. I remember thinking, God damn, you're vulnerable when an earthquake hits.
When you feel the first one here, you're just like, whoa. Because you feel little ones all the time. It feels like a car's underneath you or a
We're
garage.
so overdue. We're so overdue. They said that one of the fault lines moved recently for the first time in 500 years.
Dude, this is also from Myanmar.
That's weed, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh,
That's from Gino.
all right.
It's from LA Speedweed, son. Oh, that's a Mike Tyson joint, actually.
Really?
Yeah, that's from Tyson's weed.
Oh,
Yeah.
they have those cigars like that there.
Yeah, this is not a cigar.
Okay.
They'll put you on Pluto. Smoke that like a
Mike
cigar.
Tyson weed. He goes
Mike
for it,
Tyson's
huh?
weed. He goes for it. He goes for it like he went for it in boxing. That's what he does with his weed.
Speaking of weed, did you see the story about the NBA player that got
Yes.
suspended this week?
Oh my God.
They suspended him for 10 games
Yeah.
because he had an incident, a medical edible marijuana incident on a team plane.
Conduct detrimental to the season, to the team.
Oh.
It's only an hour flight from Phoenix to LA too.
Oh my God, that is.
Where is he flying to? L.A.
They suspended him for 10 games
Wait,
for that.
what's
Yeah,
Phoenix?
I kind of think that was looking at the military. They don't want him on the team anymore either.
Why?
This is part. I don't want to say he's a troublemaker. I don't know what he's doing, but they're
Jamie
doing
Vernon,
good.
you just said he's a troublemaker.
They're doing good without him, and he's owed $24 million this year. It's a whole
Really?
Oh, they're trying to box him out.
potentially. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, save the money on those 10 games too. You don't have to pay him for those 10.
Right.
Maybe someone dosed
Save
him.
1/8.
$2 million. All right.
Maybe someone dosed him, Ari.
Dude, people have been asking me all the time. I was so on Halloween. I went dancing. I went having fun, and on the way out, somebody recognized me, and they were like, people started yelling like, "Ari!" Ari's like, "Hey, what's up?" They're like, they were all fucked up, dude. They're like, "Dose me, Ari! Dose me!"
Someday that'll be funny, Bert.
Yeah, we were at the bar and some girl was there and I was ordering a drink and then she just goes like, so she had her beer and she just like going like that to me. And I'm like, excuse me. And then she was smiling and I was like, all right, very funny.
You know what I'm picturing right now? I'm picturing Bert with headphones on, running somewhere on the road, listening to us right now.
Angry.
Listening like, so funny, guys. Someday it'll be funny, Bert.
Someday.
Right now it's not funny.
Bert, you're one of the three of us who's not obese. Just be happy
What
about
the
stuff.
fuck? What the fuck? I'm not obese. I'm just overweight.
No, you're now not obese. I saw that picture you
changed
posted
it?
on Instagram.
Yes.
You were 3 pounds away from not being obese and you went down.
Oh, so 98 is what is obese? What's the number?
Check out. What's it? You plug in his height, 5'4", and his weight.
5'2".
And his weight, what?
5'8". Well, I'm around 200 pounds.
BMI
right
calculator. Oh, what you got down to less than that before,
I
huh?
started drinking again.
Wow, that's quick.
I got down to 195.
195. There you go.
Site does this sometimes. It doesn't let
Cannot
me
be
on
reached.
it.
Oh, the government doesn't want to
I
know
know.
if I'm obese.
I don't know
you
what
go.
that's all about. I'll do this one.
Yeah. Put in me. Oh, it does the age too.
Well,
that's
that doesn't make any sense. Why does it matter of the age?
yeah. That's a. I've never seen an age.
Change the height. It's not. I'm not 5'10". I'm 5'8".
5'8".
And change the weight to 200.
That's gonna be obese again.
I want to see what that is. Calculate it.
Obese class 1. Wait, 120.
164.
That has your age in there too.
What?
No, wait, that's normal weight.
Normal weight for the range is 121 to 164.
Yeah, but what's just overweight? Put in 187. I love this. I love the BMI calculator.
Overweight.
Overweight. 190. What do you have to get to be over?
Anything over 165 is going to be overweight.
Anything over 165 is
No,
overweight.
I want to see what the difference between overweight and obese is, where that line is. Put in 190. I think 190 means you got it.
Okay, I can make that. 190s, I'm just overweight. 195?
Yeah.
Come on, bitch.
200.
Okay, so 195, I'm good.
190.
I got down there.
Oh, 199.
Obese.
199 is obese.
Okay, that's where it changes.
So Bert is now not
where
obese
the
anymore.
rubber hits the road is 197?
197. If you get to 197, you are overweight.
Okay, I'm overweight.
Bert has achieved that.
I'm just overweight. I'm somewhere. I fluctuate. It all depends on what time I weigh myself too.
No, it's the morning. You do in the morning.
It's easy for me to stay around 195. I could do that right now.
Great. Well, then you're not
Or
obese.
I can pasta it up.
Yeah, I can pasta it up.
It's just so hard to be consistent. Like with workouts, it's so hard to put in like the real consistent fat burning time.
You're so muscular, though.
Yeah, right.
You're not like a
muscular.
I don't know how you lift all that weight around.
I do it. I force myself.
Yeah.
I understand deterioration that comes with aging. It's one of the most important things for your health as you get older to lift weights. It's very important. Muscle mass has some sort of there's some sort of correlation between health and muscle mass when you get older. They say that you should do some resistance exercises and weight bearing exercises just to keep your bone density and your muscle strong.
Yeah.
My thought is like,
But you're bigger. Sorry, what was your thought?
my thought is use this fucking thing while you got it, because you don't see a lot of 70-year-old dudes that can work out hard.
Right.
So what's the point? The point is like, don't work out hard when you're 50 so
Yes.
that when you're 70 you're still alive. Like, what is that?
Oh. Well, you
Yeah.
like working out.
I'm fucking going for it, man.
yeah.
I'm going for it, Ari. I like being exhausted. Makes me feel better. I like those 90-minute yoga classes. I like running hills. I like kickboxing. I like jiu-jitsu. I like going hard. When I can't go hard anymore,
Yeah.
I'll stop. But right now, I can still go hard.
It's amazing that we're friends because I really enjoy the not moving. We're really into different things. I don't know how we've hit it
I
off.
enjoy not moving too.
Yeah.
I enjoy not moving, but I've got caveman genes, dude. This is something inside me. I got a squash.
Yeah,
That's-
you're like part wild.
Well, I try to be as nice as possible, but there's definitely some shit in me, especially from my childhood. All my childhood, I grew up fighting in martial arts tournaments. That is not a good way for your brain to develop with violent combat sports every day of the week.
As you
from the
develop.
time you're 15 to the time you're like 22. That's not good. It's just, you can do it with proper guidance and become a nice person, and I'm not down you can. But when your whole life is about kicking people unconscious for years, it's only about that.
Yeah.
And that's also the time when you're going through puberty. That's also the time where you're learning about
Weird.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's like that door's always open. You got to throw water on that fire all the time. You got to get out there with the hose every day. It doesn't matter
stop
if
you
you
from,
feel
like,
like it or
exploding.
not. Just don't let that fire grow. Don't open up the door to the basement.
Do you ever just want to strangle somebody in like life?
No, remarkably not.
I do.
That's also because I do it. If
right.
you do jujitsu or lift a lot of weights, beat up the punching bag.
But you don't
punching
even-
bag's probably the best.
But you don't even think sometimes you're like, as you pass somebody who cuts you off in traffic and just like way too close, you're not like, I could kill you.
Well, if someone was talking shit and getting mean to me,
Yeah.
it's very nice to know that you could fuck people
Yeah.
up. It's very nice to know. It's very nice. Like if you see some guy, like some average body dude who thinks he's a badass because he talks shit, and he's mean and he's stupid, and he might take a swing at you. And you see one of those guys, it's very good that you are the one who gets to decide what happens.
Yeah.
You know,
That would be nice.
And you could teach someone a very, very severe lesson, and let them know, hey, motherfucker,
No.
there's people like me out here. I'll break both your arms and leave you here.
That would be so badass.
Just snap them both. Crack, crack. Good luck.
Whoa.
Good luck, fuckface. Hope you don't lose them. There's a lot of mean people out there. I'm a nice guy. I'm nice.
Yeah.
So if I run into a mean person, I want to be the one who gets to decide
If you're
what
mean or
happens.
nice.
I want to be the one who gets to decide if somebody gets hurt. It's just there's too many people out there that'll just take sucker punches at people and hurt people. I see it all the time online, right? I'm sure you see it. There's so many videos of people hitting people and doing fucked up things to people for no reason.
Oh yeah,
So many
sucker
people,
punches.
Yeah, dude.
Remember the knockout videos?
Dude, remember they knocked out an old lady.
They were just
I saw one
knocking anybody.
There was an old lady that was waiting in line at like a grocery store, and somebody punched her.
They were just like knockout, and then punched her.
I don't remember it. I just remember a video
What?
of some kid hitting an old lady.
There's always one person takes it too far.
It was a horrible one of some kids. They knocked out this guy as he was getting off of a subway. I think it was in Chicago, and just cracked this guy. And he fell face first out cold on the concrete, bounced off the concrete. I was like, oh my God. And the guy was old too. He wasn't a healthy person. Like that is something that can literally change the rest of your fucking life. These kids are just doing it and laughing and jumping on a train.
Whoa.
Yeah. There was a lot of people doing things like that for a while.
Fucking Harvard kids.
That's what it is. It's all
Yeah.
those Yale fucks
Yeah.
with all their money and their fucking fancy grades. They want to rebel. They go out and crack old people.
I see people studying at NYU all the time. It's so weird. I look at them in the library.
Why is it weird?
It's just like a different time of your life.
Oh,
People
okay.
are like studying all the time.
Right.
And then
The
like,
grind.
yeah, it's just like, I don't know, their college, it just look like they have the whole world ahead of them. It just looks so fucking enviable. Just learning.
Well, it is in some ways, but it's also like this is a weird time to go to school. You know.
Yeah, my friend's a teacher at a liberal arts college.
Woo,
And
good luck
she's
with
like,
that.
people just aren't very happy.
Yeah.
It's all about change and progress.
Social
Black Lives
justice.
Matter, social justice, and you can't just have
Yeah.
like a fun time. It has to be for a reason.
What happened there?
What happened to having an 80s night party?
Can't do that. It's
can't
cultural
really-
appropriation.
No, yeah.
It's culturally appropriated
Not
to
even
people
one
that
of
lived in the
those.
1880s
I mean, like
and had to suffer with no internet.
That's right. We had it hard, you motherfuckers. But I just
Right.
mean, just not in terms of like who they're offending, but just in terms of like they have to be fighting against something, and so it's just a terrible existence.
Are you allowed to dress up as a Civil War soldier if you're from the North? You can't be a Confederate soldier. Are you allowed to
You can't be
dress
a
up?
Confederate soldier because that harkens something.
Harken.
Powers.
You can definitely be a Union soldier, right? You could be Ulysses S. Grant.
That's another one I could see going both ways. I could see somebody going, that reminds me of the Civil War, which is slavery. So that's
triggered.
hurtful. And someone else could be like, no, I'm honoring the people who fought for freedom. And then they're like, then they could go back like, why is it only the white experience to be able to fight for freedom?
Do you realize that if you went back in time
Yeah.
and you were around the Civil War, you would be a giant? You would just run over people and stomp them.
Because they're all shorter back
They
then.
were so tiny.
Jesus
Nobody
times.
had good food.
Oh yeah.
In the 1860s, I think the average size for a man that was in the army was like 125 pounds.
Whoa. I could definitely be one of those doctors.
Yeah.
I'd be like, cut it off. Amputate. Cut it off.
Yeah, those doctors had it made. Nobody made it.
Cut it off. Doctor, it's a bloody toe. Cut it off.
Enough.
The leg.
It could get a disease. We could all die.
You got these
Glass tips.
glass tips. You put them on there or that's part
No,
of
they
it?
came with it. I don't know who gave
more
us that
wasteful
weed.
than a
Who gave-
stoner.
Third
like-
tallest average in the world at the time was 5'7" during the Civil War for an American man.
Third tallest average?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means like the first average is like 6 feet tallest, like the tallest average tallest person. Third tallest was 5'7".
I don't understand what you mean.
The average, like if there's an average, what's the average? The tallest average height. I got the peak. What is it? Is it 6'5"? Yeah, average.
Height for
the
all
average,
of them, the
yeah,
year.
Average for the people that are alive.
So what year would that be?
1860s, like the Civil War time period.
The average was 5'7".
That was the third highest height average.
That we've ever had?
No, during that time,
What do you mean that was the third
the
high?
people that lived during that time, during 1866,
What do you mean that was the third highest average?
average. So if you had first highest average,
What's
like
that mean, first highest average?
well, the average height of people. What is the highest?
Like, for instance, England could have been higher than
no,
us
no.
and
You
been
could have
number one.
percentages. Like you have 30. Like say if you
top
have
30th percentile
90
is
people.
six-
Say if you only have 90 people, right?
Yeah.
You
It's
could
just
say,
the
well,
average.
30 of them are 6'1" and above. 30 of them are 6'1" to 5'10". 30 of them are 5'7" to
No way.
5'10".
That's not what that means. You don't have a third highest average. What are you choosing the 30, 30, 30?
Height.
It's just the
So, but
average.
no.
The average height.
Right, but the number of humans, the overall number of humans. See what I'm saying? And what I said, that's why I broke it down to 90, right? So you have 3 groups if you have 90 people.
No, if it was the third highest average, like we're the third tallest in the world.
But they're even. Do you see, understand what I'm saying?
what it is.
They're
No.
even.
That's what it is.
All right,
What?
listen, hold on, stop. I got
The
this.
third
I got this.
percentile?
Listen, they're
Yeah.
even. If we have 90 people.
If
do you know what I
third
said?
and third, yeah.
30 and 30 and 30,
Yeah.
right? If that's what we have, okay, then that's obviously
The third highest average.
They're almost even in the numbers that are represented by each individual category of height. So it's 5'10" to 6'2" is one group that's 30 people.
Why those 30?
Because
Why
you
30?
I'm just saying this so you can understand what the third highest percentage means. It's based on the number of overall people. So if there's 200 million, so
And there's
instead
only
of-
3 percentage
instead of
groups? Are there 5
instead
or
of-
10?
Instead of 90 people,
Yeah.
let's say there's 90 million people.
Yeah.
Okay, well 30 million of them are 5'10"
Well,
to
what's the
6'1".
fifth highest percentage?
Well, we'd have to find that out.
But there's
the
be no
third
fifth
highest percentage was 5'7", which means that out of these millions of people that were alive back then,
So the top third
they're
was
evenly
average this,
grouped
the
into
second third average this,
Yes.
and the third average that.
The low-
That's such
the-
a confusing stat. No fucking way.
You might be confused on the word third. It's not a third. It's third place.
Third
Yes.
place for average male
Yes,
in
that's-
America.
currently
See, that's
37th.
That's why you're not getting it.
What?
I explained
Right
it
now we're
badly.
37th as of today. Like
Well,
we
who's
moved down on the
37th?
list. United Americans, United States.
So-
Right. But you're talking about the average height. Was that for America in 1866?
American soldiers were tall by the standards at the time for amongst
Third
the world.
highest country.
But people were so tiny back then that third highest height, the third highest categgory, was 5'7".
No, we were just the ranked third country. We were the third of all the
That's not what you
average
said,
heights.
though, right?
I'm confused on why you guys are not on the same page here. I think you're both saying the same thing.
No,
I don't think
I'm
we
saying
are.
we
No, no,
rank
I don't
third
think
in
we are.
country.
I don't
He's
think we
saying
are.
the third grouping of people averages 5'7",
I
which is
thought
like
you were
what
saying,
grouping would that
I
be?
thought you were saying average height of people in 1966. The third average height of people was 5'7". Is that what you're saying?
Wait.
Yeah.
Is this what you're
Yes.
saying? Is
Yes.
America
And yes.
ranked third
Yes.
of all the countries?
Yes.
That's what it is. And we were average height 5'7".
At the time, the average height of a male was 5'7", the third tallest males in the world. Today, it is 37th.
Ooh, that's a confusing stat.
Yeah, it is. We rank third of all the countries. Americans were 5'7" on average.
But the average height in 1866 was 5'7". Dude, I guarantee you that's food. Nobody had any goddamn
And
food.
women were 5'3".
Dude, how often do you
5'7",
think people
5'3"?
starved to death back then?
Probably a lot.
It probably was a lot. Because
what a
people starve
terrible
to
way to
death
go.
today. And if everybody's that little and it's the same genes, how the fuck is in 100 years plus, what is it, 150 years, how do people get so much bigger? How do you get
That's
football
great.
players?
Monsanto. Thank you, Monsanto. No one gives it up for them. No one else has the good stuff they're doing.
Like when you stand next to someone like Alistair Overeem or someone like
Yeah.
that, how do you,
You're
and
like,
he's from
what?
Holland, big old Dutch dude. How do you get that? How does someone get that big?
Those are the Vikings, right?
Oh, yeah. Rico Verhoeven, he's the Glory heavyweight kickboxing champion.
It's breeding.
He's fucking giant,
It's
dude.
breeding. That's how you get
He's
that.
a giant Viking.
The tallest fuck the tallest.
Exactly.
Make the giant.
That's how you get a Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
That shit isn't magic. It's real simple. The conquerors fuck all the hottest women, and then they make babies, and then in 2015, you get that guy.
yeah.
That's basically what it is.
That's basically it.
That is basically what it is, man. It's
You have German Shepherds and Chihuahuas, and you have that guy, and you have
that's-
like Red Band.
That's to me why CRISPR is so fascinating.
What's CRISPR?
CRISPR is gene editing technology that they're currently using on live human beings now. They're doing
What?
the first test now on live human beings. Yeah, it's gene editing technology they came up with. But boy, I know I'm going to butcher this, but it's a tool that they recognize that bacteria carry like certain signals, and they figured out how to edit genes using what they learned from how bacteria carry these signals. I know I'm butchering this, but they're getting better and better with the tools, and they're getting to a point where they're able to isolate certain genes. Like in China, they were
Yeah.
able to give people HIV avoidance,
that's way better.
resistance to HIV, and to
Whoa,
put it mapped in the
really?
code, but it also had some sort of a positive effect on their intelligence.
Was it
And
2
there's-
for 1?
And there's a bunch of weird
Those are
like
both good.
but I think that's speculated, but there's a bunch of weird chain reaction things they're not entirely certain of.
Oh,
There's-
yeah, when you
that's
play
why they're
God.
saying it's unethical to
Yeah.
just experiment on people, but they're doing it
You have
already.
your ethics. I'm going to have a super kid.
You're going to have a super kid. Someone's going to have a goddamn incredible Hulk kid.
Enjoy your ethics while my kid fucking smashes your village.
Well, once a country decides they're going to pull the trigger on super people,
Everyone else has to keep up.
dude, do you imagine what it's like?
The
like,
troops,
if
the 6
China-
foot 20 troops.
What if all porn by the year 2050 is Chinese guys with giant hogs? Oh. It's all because that's all they are.
Joe, that's not a world I want to live in.
Every Chinese guy is 7 foot tall, and they all have a giant hog.
Whoa. They were like, we're sick of this.
Revenge.
We're sick of it. No, we have the biggest ones.
Revenge. They're all 7 feet tall.
How does
They
it
all
feel now?
Giant Brock Lesnar bones and huge hogs like 12-year-old kids' legs. And they're just banging everything that moves. They're just fucking their way through the world. I mean, if one country pulls the trigger and they decide they're going to make super people,
everyone would have to catch up.
Everyone would have to catch up. But it's almost like the internet, right? If we said, hey, we can't allow people to communicate openly and freely, we can't allow an even distribution of all the information in the world. It's just too much power that we're just giving away to people. We got to stop this. We got to make this only for a few people. If they did that, what would change? The world would fucking be a totally different place. But they didn't do that. And if someone doesn't stop them before they make super people, if they say, listen, we can't do this super people because then everyone's going to be a super person, and no one is going to be no one's going to have body issues, because everyone's going to be perfect. We can't live like that.
They'll find ways.
We'll find other ways to hate each other.
Your eyebrows are too big.
I don't like the way your nostrils flare when you get mad.
Yeah.
And then everybody would be a super person.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's 100% possible. That's within 100 years, they're probably going to be able to engineer most things about people unless something catastrophic happens to us.
Do you remember that Van Damme movie?
Which one was
Universal
that?
Soldier.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Universal Soldier.
Is that what it was about?
Yeah, I was just like looking at the thing that genetically augmented soldiers with enhanced self-healing abilities and superior strength.
Gotta pee?
Yeah, gotta pee.
Once again, Jean-Claude Van Damme ahead of his motherfucking time. He had a scene in Time Cop. Do you remember there was like a scene where he went back in time with a machine gun and was fucking people up? Like in the Civil War days or something like that. Do you remember that? Or somebody else did.
Didn't see that movie.
Yeah. Somebody else did. That's what it was. Somebody else in Time Cop was like a bad cop, I think, that went back and did bad things. They were like going back and stealing gold and shit and then coming back with the gold.
Yeah, it's the guy he's going after.
That's right. Yeah. So that dude, see if you can find the video.
He's in Civil War in Georgia.
Yeah. Civil War. This is fucking great. Because I've always thought, like, man, how cool would it be to go back in time, like to the, any time in, the history of the Spartans and see somebody show up out of nowhere with a machine gun. So he's asking these people, asking for the gold, and they pull out their gun, and he's just fucking guns them down. 2 fists with machine guns or laser beams. Didn't shoot the horses though. Interesting.
Somehow.
Amazing accuracy.
Very good. He must have trained.
Yeah, he probably trained. Didn't look like it though. Didn't look like he had like real solid tactical training with the use of that. But that was that scene. I always thought like that would be a cool scene in a movie.
Dude, what are our lives? We sit here and talk.
Talk shit.
And everybody, it's like, that's our jobs now.
Yeah.
And then you just do stand-up at night.
Yeah.
We just have our own fucking stupid radio shows.
Did you just do acid? What'd you do?
No, I don't know. I paid him when I was paying. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You make ads, crazy. You pay your rent off your fucking ads.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's amazing. It's way better than a job.
Oh my God.
When people ask me why do I keep telling people to do it, that's why.
To do what?
To do podcasts. And people, you told too many people to do podcasts.
Why? So there's more choice? Oh, you fucking elitist cunt.
Don't be silly. Everybody should do this. You should. If you're listening to me and you're upset that I'm saying that, it's probably because you need to do your own podcast and you know I'm right.
That's just amazing.
Not everybody should do a podcast.
All right, well then shut up. Don't.
Yeah, you're
relax.
Right. Not everybody should be, but a lot of people could. It's a viable job option. That's all I'm saying. It's a job option. You can control yourself. Just because you think everybody can fucking do it. You got lucky. You got in early. All those things
you won't
are
be
true.
this big, but like you'll still have a fun time.
Anything can happen.
You just sit around talking shit. You fucking record it.
Yeah, dude. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And this is also a lot like the internet, and nobody saw this coming. Nobody thought like the biggest broadcast show is going to be something that someone just does on their own.
Yeah,
You know, like these Logan Paul guys. Like that guy just fought. He had a boxing match that was the headline.
The one that found a dead body?
Yes, that guy. It was the headline of an event at the Staples Center.
Wow.
Yes.
He fought?
Yes,
at the
on
Staples
DAZN.
Center.
Live streaming on DAZN.
Whoa.
I bet a lot of people watched it too. I wonder how many people watched that thing. They give out the numbers.
What does that mean?
DAZN, you know what that is? It's a streaming app. It has all the big major fights on it. A lot of the big boxing matches, like Tyson Fury's fights, and what is Canelo Alvarez on that too? I think he is. Yeah, there's a lot of like top level. Andy Ruiz, the heavyweight champ, he's on that too. So all these guys, and it's like X amount per month. I don't remember how much it costs, but you can watch the fights on your phone. It's fucking great. All the
that's cool.
Bellator fights, you can watch all the Bellator fights on your phone. But they have that with UFC too. UFC has that ESPN Plus app. Same thing.
Watch
See
them all.
the fights, yeah. And then they have some boxing matches too.
That's cool if you watch those because then you could like, if you have to miss one,
Yeah.
just tune in.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's,
Bro, streaming is the shit. I get home from a gig, and if it's a UFC that I didn't see,
Yeah.
as long as I can stay the fuck away from my phone, I have no idea what happened. I go home, plop my fucking feet up,
Yeah.
watch the fights after the shows. Oh, it's wonderful.
dude,
Yeah.
this phone is great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got a phone. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Oh my, you can watch so much stuff on this.
Oh, you can watch so much
The
stuff.
baseball playoffs?
Oh, yeah. You can watch everything.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
I missed so much in 5 years.
look at this. Oh, what are these glasses?
11,000 people watched the stream this way on this guy's
Off
glasses.
this guy's glasses?
Oh,
No
reflecting
way.
it onto Twitch or something like that.
No
I think.
way.
Or
No way.
YouTube maybe.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the actual numbers. I haven't found it yet.
11,000.
That is hilarious. What a crazy way to show a fight. Does he get extra credit for that?
That's
Yeah, he gets
coolness
internet
credit.
points.
Coolness points.
Yeah.
For sure.
But, like, can he get in trouble for that?
Yeah, I mean, he's rebroadcasting. You're not supposed to do that.
I know, but this is a whole art project. I say it's
Interesting.
fucking allowed.
Yeah, it's an interesting
He's making it
take.
new enough. You're not really watching that for the actual
But
action.
you do want to see what happens.
Sure, that's
You
part
can
of the
see
art
what
project.
happens. Yeah, but he's stealing.
I disagree. Artistic license.
What's next? What do you see? I think AGI glasses
What
or
is that?
AGR,
The Google
augmented
glass?
reality. AGR. Why don't I even make up that acronym? That doesn't exist.
Apple one just got pushed 2 years. So they were
Oh.
rumored to come out recently,
really?
like sometime soon, but yeah, they just pushed it to 2022 right now.
Oh, those
'Cause they have some for
silly people.
I don't know if it's for Siri specifically, but Alexa built-in glasses now. They're like sunglasses that have all-time built-in. While you're wearing it, you can talk to Alexa.
That was
and it
that's
talks
too
to
much.
you.
They need to take
it's
some-
too much. Fuck off.
They need to take some Russian scientists. They need to bring him to Steve Jobs' grave and bring him back to life.
off.
They need to reinvigorate him, reanimate him, and have him run Apple again from the grave.
Yeah.
With no soul, just ruthless.
He was the best at it.
demands,
He was the best.
demands, innovation. Just some giant robot nuclear.
You can't make everybody. You can't record everybody. It's fucking bullshit. You can't have a fucking thing that's going to record you.
Right.
I can't decide that for people around me. That should be totally illegal.
It should be bullshit, but it's gonna happen.
Fuck that.
They almost did
No
it,
one
man.
signed up for this. We
No
didn't
one
sign up
signed
for
up.
this. The rest of us didn't sign up for it. And we're still having to deal with it.
That's true. Do you remember those Google glasses?
Yes. And
Yeah.
then we were all like, fuck, take those off. People got beat up. They're like, get that shit out of here. It's like having a cell phone in someone's face the whole time. No one
Right.
likes that.
No,
Nobody
one
likes that.
That's not cool.
And just people just have that all the time. No one feels safe. No, that should be illegal. They should not let that be.
And no one could tell if you had it recording or not.
No,
right?
exactly. And we didn't sign up for it.
Yeah.
You want to do it around your house? That's fine. That shit should be illegal.
But what do you do if China, with their super dick dudes, all of a sudden has glasses? If Huawei gets into
Oh,
the
well, you can't come in
digital
here with
glasses
that.
company?
You do that over there.
But
I'm
what
sorry.
if they bring them over here and we don't even know it because we're so fucking ignorant because we lost just like the stem cell race. We got behind the curve.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. That's always a good one that people like to say, well, we got behind the curve with stem cells.
Joe,
During
let's
the
smoke
Bush
some
administration.
DMT.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have any here, but
Oh, fuck.
that's not a thing to do to make a good podcast.
You don't think so?
No, it'd be 30 minutes of boring. KSI
30
versus
minutes?
Logan Paul had more pay-per-view buys than Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz.
Wow.
Said Eddie Hearn. Holy
I'm
shit.
reading it had about 1 million or maybe more.
That's a lot for a streaming service.
He has a lot of people coming.
Dude, that's a lot. I didn't know that you get that many for a streaming service. The thing is,
A
so
lot of bandwidth.
many people have these streaming services now. So many people do. It's
This says 1.2 million it did.
that's a lot, man.
Wow.
That's a lot. That's huge.
Oh, I'm sorry. The first fight did that.
And this one got
did
more?
they said.
Wait, he fought twice, Logan Paul?
They
Yeah.
did it a year ago.
Yeah.
It was an amateur fight that time, right?
And this is a
Yeah.
professional fight?
Yeah. It's a professional 6-round fight.
How?
And it was the headliner of a card where Billy Joe Saunders fight. Billy Joe Saunders is one of the best fighters in the world. He's an elite fighter, world champion. He defended his title on the undercard of 2 YouTube guys fighting.
Now, how much of an insult is that?
For him, I'm sure he's just like, I'm getting paid. Who gives a fuck?
I'm getting views too,
But
more views.
It's good for him.
Wow,
so people can
that's
see
crazy.
What a killer he is.
It's all about the fucking dollar. Nobody gives a shit about the art.
Dude, there are 2 YouTubers fighting.
Yeah.
There's no art.
Right.
I mean, There's some art to it, right? It's a creation. There's some drama. A lot of shit's going down.
Yeah. But I'm saying the other guy is a fucking...
Billy Joe Saunders?
Yeah.
But for him, people don't know who he is. You didn't know who he is.
I
now
did
you
not.
do. See, it's like it's good. It's
I
all
won't
good.
know tomorrow.
And he won by knockout. So it was good. Good showcase for him. He's a vicious
He
boxer.
should have challenged Logan Paul next.
Oh, he'll kill Logan
He should be like,
Paul.
I want
You
the
can't-
winner of this fight.
No. You can't do that to that
He'll
kid.
make a lot more money.
No.
Just get a piece of the
They're not
pay-per-views.
the same weight class. Billy Joe Saunders is like 1 or 2 weight. I think he's light heavyweight. What is he? Is he super middleweight? Google what he is. I think he's
Can
like,
Billy Joe Saunders beat him with his right arm tied behind his back?
it wouldn't be fair at all. It would be horrible. But that guy's an elite world champion boxer, and Logan Paul had one fight.
Splint on his leg, right arm tied behind his back.
You know,
He would still beat Logan Paul?
someone did that. Jason Ellis is so crazy. He had a fight where who did he do it with?
Shane Carwin.
Shane Carwin, that's right. Oh my God, that makes it even more crazy. That's right. Shane Carwin, who's one of the biggest punching heavyweights in the history of the fucking sport. He made Shane Carwin tape his arm to his body. Look at this. So he's got his right arm taped to his body, and he's just blasting him with left
What?
hands. And dude, Shane Carwin was a fucking
He
murderer.
almost beat Brock Lesnar in his prime.
A murderer, dude. This is such a ridiculous idea for him to do this.
His punches are so much lighter.
Dude, the guy's a giant.
Oh my God. He hasn't even really tried to hit him yet.
Dude, when I was taking jiu-jitsu in Boulder,
Yeah.
I was on the mats.
He's just got lefts. This is it. This is what I was
but
talking
that's
about.
all he needs, man.
What?
He scooped him up for some reason at one point in time just to joke around to pick him up. But when I was there, I was training at their jiu-jitsu school, and this guy walked in. There's a left hook. Fucking terrible idea. Wish
He's
I could have
out.
talked him
He's
out of
out.
that. Yeah, man. Look at that. Watch that punch again. He's so big, man. He's so big. Back that up a little bit. Look at this.
Oh, right
Dude,
on him. He just
right
kept
on.
trying until he got him.
He's so big.
Just a little bit of movement. Separation.
He's just way too strong. Way too strong.
Damn.
Anyway, that guy walked in when I was doing jiu-jitsu. I was rolling. I was like, what the
Shane
fuck
Carwin?
is that? I was like, is that a cartoon person? What is that? He was at the time, he was probably close to 300 pounds. He's so big, it's ridiculous, dude. He's got like body arms. Like where your body is, that's his
Yeah.
arms. And for Ellis, be so crazy to be willing to have a boxing match with that dude and
That's
get
nuts.
punched in the head by
That's
that
his jackass
guy.
roots.
I get it.
He's a fighter with jackass roots.
Fuck all that noise. You can get some never-ending headaches.
Would you fight now?
What I know? No.
There's
Are you
nobody?
listening to what I'm saying?
I know, but like not one of those guys,
Dude,
but
I
some
know
other celebrity.
Too many people that are having real problems with their head.
Really?
Yes. A lot of fighters, like post-career, are having real struggles. It's no joke, man.
Oh.
You got to know when to stop, and head injuries are that.
What about headgear?
It's worse.
Wow.
Headgear doesn't help. Headgear makes your head like a bigger target. It's
Yeah.
easier to hit. And then also when you get hit, it's like an unnatural fulcrum. All this fucking weight on your head.
Yeah.
I think the thing about it is you're trying to avoid cuts. That's what headgear is good for. It's good for avoiding cuts.
Oh, okay.
But you can get fucked up with a punch or a kick wearing headgear.
Damn.
Big gloves help a little bit.
Yeah, big
You can
gloves.
still get your fucking brains rattled.
Triple A are talking about having a fight, but he won't fight me.
No, don't get your brains rattled, dude.
It won't be me. I guess he's worried about himself.
About hurting himself?
Yeah, getting hurt. Yeah, and his mom's worried about it too.
What are you trying to say? You trying to talk shit? Say his mom's worried about him?
No, I know
Is
his
that what
mom
you're
loves
doing?
him and he's worried about it. She's worried
Because
about
you're
him.
gonna fuck him up? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that's overall why he's running away from the fight. Yeah, if I had to,
Are you
if I had to
hyping
guess
up the
for a
fight?
reason.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
I've been trying
here.
to fight him. He won't fight me.
Why do you want to fight him? You guys work together
Yeah, I know, but we've been talking about this fight forever, and he won't fight me. So,
forever.
yeah,
you would do this. I know you would.
yeah, for sure.
Do you think you would fight high or sober?
Probably high.
Probably high is the good way to
No,
go, right?
I don't know. Maybe I trained high all the time with Eddie. He encouraged it.
Yeah, always.
It's great.
Would you?
I might show mercy if I was high. That'd be a negative.
Bare knuckle. You think?
I was not thinking about it. I was thinking the big gloves, but that's definitely one way to go. I don't think bare knuckle. No.
Bare knuckle.
Well, open hand like combat.
Slap
BJJ.
fight.
Yeah,
Slap
that's a
fight.
good way to get poked in the eye. Trust me.
See Lewis and break his hand, slap fighting Jay.
Did he really? He broke his hand.
I think so. I think so.
Where'd he hit it?
Right in the
Jay's
head.
got a giant head. Jay's
Yeah.
got Jay's
He
got
went
one
real
of them
hard. They were
super
doing slap
wide.
fight.
He's got a super wide. Yeah, he's got big bones, that Jay.
Yeah. How was Legion of Skanks? You went on
It was
finally.
fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. We were so high though, dude, and it was the day after Sober October was over. Blitzkrieged, and they kept rolling blunts and passing them around, and I had to pronounce some Russian names 2 hours later. You know, because
for the weigh-ins?
Yeah, I had to do the weigh-ins 2 hours later. So this is them slap fighting.
Jeremiah.
This is right.
Oh, him and
This is right in
Jeremiah.
front-
That's when he
Oh, I
broke
thought
his
it was
hand.
Jay.
Did he
Oh,
hit Jay at the end
Jeremiah
or
just
something? Yeah,
Jeremiah
Jeremiah
just
fucked him
lit
up.
him up.
How serious
Look at
Jeremiah is.
Jeremiah changed stance. He knows how to use that fucking.
He goes for the block too. He goes backhanded. Oh, he's toying with him.
He gets a good one
Wow.
at the end of the round too.
Dude, Jeremiah slapped him.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Lewis, when he fake boxes, he touches you. He
Where did
hits you way
Jeremiah
too
learn
hard.
how to box?
From fucking Catholic school, I think.
Streets of Kansas somewhere.
Yeah.
For real?
I don't
He
know.
had to slap cattle and fucking get
Where do
him
you
in
think
there.
he learned? 'Cause
Lewis
he's-
is outclassed by this 130 pounder.
He's bigger than that. Oh, that's a good right
Lewis
hand.
is 280.
Oh, dude, this is a slap fight.
This is Tom's height.
This is a real slap fight.
This is a
isn't-
real slap fight.
Yeah, this isn't like some guys playing silly.
Look at Dave
They're-
Smith there.
Oh,
yeah, he got him right at the
he's
buzzer.
saying no.
Whoa.
Wow.
He's saying no, he's not knocked out, but you got
Dude,
fucked up,
he
Gomez.
got cracked.
Oh, that's the kind of fighting that got your dad stabbed to death.
Dude, Legion of Skanks slap boxing.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. You can get KO'd slap boxing. Don't get confused. Look at him. He just had a fight. That was like a fight.
He flew out for this.
He
Did he
flew
really?
out for a
Yeah.
slap
Well, I mean,
boxing
they had
fight.
some other shit
Wait a minute,
going
is this
on, but-
round two? Are they going to round two?
I think
Oh, what?
it goes
I didn't
to
know it like
3,
this.
maybe.
Keep going, please. What are you doing? Why are you shutting this off?
I'm not.
Let it roll.
Oh my
Look
God.
at this. Look at this.
I mean, Lewis is so serious right now.
Well, what Jeremiah's doing, let me tell
Yeah,
you.
what's he doing?
What
yeah,
he's
break it
doing
down.
is he's waiting. He's putting his hand out there, he's pawing, and Lewis throws these combination, and Jeremiah's waiting and trying to see.
He took a
he's
swing.
catching him. He's catching him as he was coming in.
Would you compare him to Anderson Silva a little bit?
A little bit.
The way he's like baiting him.
Counter fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's counter fighting. And he's also being very smart with his defense. And Lewis got a little feel for that right hand, a little worried about
Yeah,
that right hand.
he doesn't want it.
That thing's coming down. He's got a good reach tactic
He also
too.
keeps blocking on the side
Yep.
that Jeremiah's not touching him, which is
Look at that. Oh.
Lewis can't help but want to close his fist.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting real close. Jeremiah's circling. That's a good move as well. But Lewis is closing the distance. He looks very angry.
He's serious.
He's going back to his roots.
Super serious. Oh, he got
cracked
Jeremiah on that one.
He cracked. Oh, he's getting very aggressive. Jeremiah
getting-
might be losing steam. Oh, he's taking big reaches. Is
Oh
that the
my
round
God.
over?
Yeah,
The round's
it's a
over?
round.
There's another round after
How
this?
is Jeremiah
Might be.
doing this?
Yeah, there's got to be one more. at
Oh,
least.
keep it moving, please. Let's see the next round.
See if they go 4. Yeah, it goes on for at least in a minute.
Oh, my God. So they just kept doing rounds. Look, he's got his back turned and shit. This is hilarious.
Say it now.
Third and final
These
round.
guys are. I'm so glad these guys are alive.
Legion of
They're
Skanks?
so ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pushing wild comedy.
Dude, I
you
never
know?
go as far as I go on Legion of Skanks.
Of course not.
It's just such an open environment for doing whatever.
Well, it's also in support of like I said, wild comedy. Like you need that.
wow.
You need that. You
Look at
need
these
it to
people gather around having a
balance
great
things
time.
out. Obviously, people love it.
Oh my
Ooh.
God, Jeremiah is so lanky.
He's
He
taking
swings
big,
hard.
long
Oh,
swings.
got him in the neck.
Lewis is relaxing a little bit more now, and he's starting to use some technique. That was some nonsense right there. It looked like he just punched him in the
He
stomach.
does.
though.
He looks like he's closing his fist every time.
He smacked him hard in the head with that right hand.
Jab.
Oh,
You
people
can't
give
jab
him-
and slap.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
my
you can.
God. Jeremiah got him twice.
Yeah, you can slap. I mean, you can jab. Oh, Lewis just smacked him.
Lewis,
Oh, he went to the body with a
body.
punch, dude.
he's punching.
Dude, it seems like is he slapping to the body or
He's
is he
punching to the body. He can't help it. He's an oaf. He's uneducated, which is a lot of his problem.
You think
So he
that's
doesn't
his
understand
problem?
the concept. Yeah, he
what
doesn't
books
understand
would
the
you
concept.
recommend to him?
What?
What books would you recommend?
Timmy
to
the
him to
Turtle
get back
plays
on track?
soccer,
Oh, he just
Cat in
got
the
lit
Hat.
up with that right hand, dude. He got lit up. He got lit up.
Oh my God,
Look at him.
Jeremiah's in the
He's
backtracking.
He's trying hard to come
Of course,
at.
the round is over and Lewis is still punching. What a fucking trash oaf.
Wow. Is that it? Is that
That's
the end?
it. I think.
won?
I mean, he won that fight. He's got Jeremiah in his heels. Jeremiah won the first round. Second round, I say it was a wash.
Well, definitely not. I didn't judge it.
No.
People are saying one more round. Okay, what does it say? Jeremiah won.
takes it.
Wow.
I could see it. It was all who rim round two.
Wow. Well, listen, he did crack him with some big
It
shots.
was all based on round two,
He
and that
cracked
was
him with
close.
some big shots. Look at Jeremiah. slapboxing people. That looked
What?
painful as fuck. Like his face is raw.
Oh my God.
They might have to have a rematch.
Listen,
No way. Nobody wants
just let me
that.
tell you something about slapping people in the face. Slapping people in the face is open hands. Open hands hitting your eyeball. You're gonna scratch your fucking eye, and you're gonna have a real eye injury.
It does sound
I'm
like
not
good
saying,
technique.
I'm not saying don't
good
do
strategy,
it.
Joe.
You do whatever you want, but I want you to know that open hand slapping and reaching like that, you're just asking. As someone who's seen probably 500 people get poked in the eye up close, you're gonna get poked in the eye.
I'd agree. That is the best way to incapacitate someone.
Don't do it though.
And what?
Don't do that.
Don't, all right, don't do
No,
that.
don't.
Slap
Don't
fights.
do that. Don't
But
do that.
if you need to win,
They use those like
I like your
suntan
technique.
block goggles. There's little slits to block your eyes. Is that good
That's a
enough?
good way to get those things whacked off
grow
your
your
head
nails
where you
out,
can't
too.
see.
Okay.
and shave those.
Maybe if you had some eye goggles, like legit little welding goggles or some shit, some scuba goggles.
There you go.
But then it would almost be worse for you because it would fuck with your peripheral. If you didn't get used to slapping people, when you have things on, that's one thing I always hated about headgear. You put them on, you can't see things here and here good. Your window of your field of view gets narrowed.
Yeah.
And it becomes a problem when you get close. You don't see where punches are coming. You don't see where
'Cause of goggles.
Yeah, headgear. You don't see where kicks are coming. You don't see things coming. So I would think that would be the same thing with those goggles.
yeah,
I would
what
think
about
they would-
swimmers' goggles?
I think they would still
That's
fuck
a
with
lot
your.
of- yeah, that
it
would fuck you up a lot.
They would fuck with your peripheral. All those things would fuck with your peripheral.
Yeah, no way. You don't see anything coming. Oh, wait.
But unless you trained with them on, if you trained with them on, maybe you could do it. But
you
also
would get
would
more
have
used
to
to it, but it still cuts you down.
they could also just touch your goggles with their face, and they would get their sweat all over your goggles, and then you wouldn't be able to see as good.
Another good technique.
Yeah.
They're both wearing goggles, though, so it's fair.
But they would both do that. It would fuck
Yeah.
you up. You wouldn't be able to see that good.
Windshield
you wouldn't-
wipers.
You wouldn't see
That couldn't
what's in
work.
front of
Good,
you.
good luck.
Let's just fight. Let's just cut this shit and put some gloves on and fight.
You
if we're
heard
gonna
him,
do
Sam.
that, if we're gonna slap fight, let's just fight. I want to be able to take you down, strangle you. This is nonsense.
for
Poking
Sam
each
and
other
Ari.
in the eye and
Yeah.
smearing each other's fucking
Who
goggles.
do you think would have been in a just straight jiu-jitsu fight between you and Lewis? Because he thinks him.
That's hilarious.
He's watched over 100 UFC fights.
He's a big fellow though.
He is so fat.
Probably get good at it.
Yeah.
He's a big tough
He
guy.
could lay on
He
you.
used to weigh 330. He's lost a shitload of weight.
That's a lot.
He's lost over 20 pounds.
No, he's not that big. I don't think so.
He's back. He's ballooned.
Are you trying to start a fight with him now?
I am not. I'm just saying he has ballooned. I was guessing a high weight at Soder's special. When he taped it, I was like,
What'd you think?
I said, what are you, like 240? And he goes, no, like 250. Wow. And I was like, I was guessing high. I thought it'd be 220.
Jesus. That's a big fella.
Yeah.
But he's big, period. Like, if that guy just, if he dieted down and got ripped, he's still 215, 220 pounds. He's a big fella.
Yeah. If he lost 45 pounds, he'd be 215.
Is he that big?
I don't know. That seems big, dude. I don't know. Sometimes you don't
big
realize
bones.
people just get suddenly big.
What's with his glasses? Why is he wearing yellow glasses everywhere? Is that his new thing?
He has a, some guys have a thing. He's always looking for a
Like
thing.
Dice. And Big J took it from Dice, the weightlifting gloves. That's Big J's homage. People don't know that. That's his homage to Dice Clay.
Really?
Yeah, they're the weightlifting gloves. Big J's a giant Dice fan. He loves them.
Giant Dice fan.
Yeah. Well, who isn't?
Dude, I
Especially-
brought Dice to meet Jay on a roof party on July 4th.
This year?
Yeah. I think this year.
So a couple months ago.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, November. Yeah, that sounds about right. Could have been a year ago, but I think this year. And so I was
funny
like,
is he? You don't even know.
yeah, I don't know. It's time. You know how it works. but I was like, hey, come meet me. My friend Jay wants to meet you. And then we were just up on the roof. He was like, Jay, can you meet somebody? He was talking. He's like, yeah, hang on. I was like, no, just real quick. And then he looked. He was like, oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were going to do a podcast with him and Dice at
Really?
one point in time, but I don't remember what happened. I probably dropped the ball.
Chef Kumia and Dice doing Dice-Offs.
Oh, they're friends, right?
Yeah, they're friends.
I know they had a thing for a while.
That's
That was
squashed.
That was one of the best feuds.
That's a good
Best
feud. Radio feuds. Radio feuds were great.
Well, he would do radio feuds on purpose, but Dice would get into feuds on
Yeah.
purpose.
On purpose.
Yeah, so much of it was like theater. People don't know
He
all the
commits-
crazy shit he did.
He commits so hard.
Remember when he had those comics acting out some movie that he was filming with his VHS
The
camera?
never-ending Dice movie. That he'd edit, by the way, he'd edit by say stop and he'd rewind and press pause right there and start
Yes.
recording from there.
Yes,
You
yes.
couldn't go back and edit.
No,
you just decide
he didn't
where
have
you
any
cut out.
software.
Forward, backwards. Oh, stop. That guy's about to punch you.
And
Now
by
you
the way-
be mid-punch.
This is after he had sold out 300 stadiums.
Yeah.
He sold out arenas and stadiums all across the world. I mean, he was a giant superstar. After that, he's recording these fucking weird impromptu.
He made us have characters. Miles Girbani would show up and he goes, "You're the foreigner, and every time you show up, I'm going to give you the evil eye." I'm like, "Yeah, be the foreigner." And then Miles was like, He'd have to look back at him. We couldn't go on stage. We'd have to do this dice thing. He's like, "I got to go on." I was like, "Somebody put up somebody else on first." Yeah. Renazizi was Tower 2.
Oh my god.
Miles was the foreigner. He had me and Bobby while we were fighting. He made us come into these and like beat each other up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
So ridiculous. We would slam each other's heads against shit.
But in that way, he's like
his son would choke you out.
Unique. Like who would you say Dice is like? If someone said, "What's Dice like in real life?" I'd be like, "What?
Yeah,
what is he like? Like you don't know anybody like him. Why am I telling you? Like you have to meet him.
You can't understand it.
Yeah, you can't. You don't know. He's wearing like old Jewish lady sunglasses.
Oh yeah,
They're
the look.
enormous. The glasses are enormous. He's got
giant sweatshirt.
Gave up on dyeing his hair. It's all gray now. He slicks it back.
Yeah, the glasses are like the Elvis. They're like not rhinestones, but the thick gold that goes back here to get shorter.
He's legit at the gym every day. So he does a lot of videos from the gym because he does work out a lot still.
He has a term called
Look at him.
in the cage.
Look at those fucking glasses. Oh my God, that picture's amazing.
Just diamonds everywhere.
Those picture's amazing. Look at the one above it, the upper left. That's just as good.
That's classic Dice.
That's classic Dice.
The Elvis.
Me and Kumia and Jimmy and who else went with us? Somebody else went with us.
I went with you once to the
Dice show in Vegas. You were there too?
I think I went a different time than you guys went.
Oh man, we all went to the Riviera before the Riviera closed. He was up in that the upstairs room, the large room. Yeah. Dude, we had such a good time.
The giant sideburns.
Yep. Look at him.
He's like
love him.
Wolverine.
But it was such a
Italian Wolverine.
I know. It's funny. He shaved the thing down the bottom. This is my new sideburns. Oh!
Yeah, so he has all that. He's always looking for a goof.
Always.
Just always.
Always.
He doesn't know what it'll be yet, but he'll just like...
Yeah.
He gave somebody his phone. He gave his phone number out on radio one day. He was about to get a new phone. And so on radio, he goes, "Hey, my old phone number is..." He didn't say old phone number. He goes, "My phone number is this." And he goes, "Give me a call. I'll talk to you." And people would start talking to him and calling him. He said, come to my car. Look at this. He turned it on. As soon as he turned it on, just starts ringing.
Wow.
People are calling him nonstop. He goes, "Hello? Yeah, it's me." He got this one guy where he started calling the guy back. And then he started like bothering the guy.
Oh my God.
He would call him at work. And he'd be like, "Hello." I was like, "Hey, it's just Andrew." The guy's like, "Dice, I can't." And after talking to him, his dream was to talk to Dice.
And now Dice is just
a week later, he's like, "Dice, I'm at work right now. I really can't." It's like, "So what kind of work you doing right now? What is it? Who's there?" Just bothering. And it's like until the guy was like avoiding his call.
But the
just for the
fact
goof.
that would be the thing that gets his gear spinning. That would be it. I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like that would be what he wants to do.
You'd either be the butt of the joke or you'd have somebody else watching him. Oh.
Yeah. Classic human.
And just loved it all the time.
And it's like, even to this day, he's
do
still
this
doing
thing.
it.
If someone was in the back steps of the Comedy Store, and let's say you're a fan, but let's say you're standing straight up and I'm 2 steps up.
He can't see you, I don't think. You got in focus?
Okay, so I'm 2 steps. You're standing up. I'm standing up. I'm 2 steps. I'm on a step. And you're like, "Oh, Dice, nice to meet you." Do you do that?
"Hey, Dice, nice to meet you."
"Oh yeah, nice to meet you too."
You just look up.
"Yeah, it's really good." I just never look down. The guy's like, "I'm a big fan." It's like, "Oh yeah, that's great. Thanks a lot." And just not come down, not look down. Just like, "Oh, it's good. It's always great to meet a fan." "Yeah, that's great." And the guy's like, "That's okay, sure. I see ya." And then he'd sit down and he'd just ask if we saw that.
Jesus.
God. He's crazy.
Yeah, he's a legit
He's always
character.
in it for the goof.
He's a legit character, right?
His message, I remember realizing at some point I didn't have to grow up in this business. Like, I still had thoughts of like, even though I'm not going to be a lawyer, like, but like, that's still the direction I'm supposed to head, you know? Until you like rethink
you have
shit.
to be distinguished.
Yeah, or something.
You have to change your behavior.
Yeah,
mature.
like it's going to happen. I'm going to become an adult. And then I called Dice and his answering machine was, "Yeah, this is Andrew. Leave a message. I'm not hearing you." And I'm like, dude, that's guy in his mid-50s.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, maybe I don't have to grow up. Maybe I could just be like fucking whatever. Oh, that guy never changed.
I don't think you have to grow up. I think people will put pressure on you because they have to grow up.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
They're like, why don't you have to grow up?
Enablers.
Yeah. As long as you're paying your bills, as long as you're paying your taxes, as long
Yeah.
as you're not, you're not a deadbeat dad.
Keep child abuse to a minimum.
You said that.
So
As
you're
long
not
as
saying a
you're-
minimum?
as-
I don't understand.
As long as you're a good person, who gives a shit if you grow up?
Yeah.
What is happening? What are we doing? We have a finite time here. We're deciding we want people to behave in a certain way. All you want people, just don't be an asshole. Doesn't matter if you grow up or not grow up.
Yeah.
These guys like Dice are having a great fucking time.
Ever
He
see
doesn't-
somebody like
one day he's gonna die, and I hope he dies in the middle of a prank. And I hope people don't realize.
that would even make him happy?
Make him so
He's on
happy.
stage dead and everyone just kept waiting.
Well, I mean, what else? What's the option? What's option number 2? Nobody's living forever, folks. It's not happening. This is as good as it gets.
I will tell you, if Dice dies on stage and you're a comic in the area and you have to, at some point people start to realize, oh, fuck, this is not a prank,
Yeah.
If you get up there and realize he's dead,
Right.
you should say, what? Oh, okay. And then stand up like, it's a fucking gag. And then just leave it up there for a while longer.
Yeah.
See how long you keep it going. He would have wanted it that way.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he's nuts. He's the best. He's just funny. It's just a way to live. He made Norton and Florentine introduce him like they go into a Subway sandwich shop and they'd be like, "Ladies and gentlemen, avert your eyes. The legend is coming in." And then he would like walk in
Pro
to
wrestling
a Subway
style.
sandwich shop.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That'd be a great show. You have just Dice on the road and someone announces him like that everywhere he goes.
Da, da, da,
Everybody
da,
walks
da,
in.
da, da.
Yeah. Peasants, please
The legend.
clear the floor.
He banned me from his house for a year once.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Did you dose his kids?
I did not dose his kids.
No?
I would never do that. Mostly, I'm scared of Dice. He said he had a gun in his desk drawer, and I was like, "No, you don't. No way. You would never have him around your kids," because I do. And he said he'd bet me $200, and I'm like, I don't have $200, so I can't make that bet. And he goes, "All right, well, I do." And then he's all left his thing and goes, "Don't look in there." And I'm like, "I'm not going to look in there." He goes, "Don't fucking look in there." And I won't. And then Freddie Soto, fucking fuckface Freddie Soto,
Fuckface
told
Freddie
him,
Soto.
I was just in the office, told him that I went into his drawer. He said I was rifling through his drawers. And Dice like, "That's it. It's a lie." It was a lie by Freddie Soto. And Dice was like, "You're out. You're banned from the house."
Wow, for a
Couldn't go to
whole
barbecues
year.
anymore. Yeah.
Wow.
I was rifling
Freddie.
through his affairs, which never happened. Dice, I never did that. I was in the room.
Why do you think Freddie did that?
Well, of course, because of that reason. Because they got me banned.
He wanted to get you banned.
Yeah.
Why do you think Freddie would want to get you banned?
I think he was jealous of my upbringing and how I had a foosball table at home. And it always bothered him that he didn't have that growing up in Texas.
Interesting.
Maybe.
Interesting.
I'm not sure. But the point is, I never rifled through his affairs.
You know what Bert said once? It was really freaky.
Yeah.
He was high too, so don't take this with a grain of salt. Bert goes, "I don't think you ever die." I go, "What are you talking about? People die." He goes, "Prove it.
What?
You haven't died. I don't think you die."
Prove it's a good one, though.
Here's the thing.
Prove it's a good, yeah, good point.
Sorta. Yeah, but what are you saying then? Like, I've had enough people come on this podcast that have you semi-convinced that you're living in some sort of simulation.
What does he think happens?
That's a good question. What do you think he thinks happens?
When he has seen bodies no longer have life in them, right?
Right, but that's not you. It's not him.
So those people are all just the players?
I don't know. I don't know what he's saying.
Is he saying he's the only thing in the universe? I've heard that theory. Or is he saying none of us die?
What if everyone was the only person in their own universe and everyone's universe intersects with other people's universes, and that you think that the universe you exist in is the same as the one that I exist in because we hang out together,
Yeah.
but the actual universe in your world is revolved around you.
And in your world,
Dun dun dun.
mine revolves around me. Can I pitch a movie real quick?
Yes.
Once one guy realizes that he's in that, he's able to travel to other universes, has to kill the one person
shit.
from each universe. That's
Like
the real
Highlander,
person. Yes.
Time travel, space
And
travel.
the one will find him.
Yeah.
And
Is that
be
a
able to
movie?
defend
Is
himself.
that another movie from Jean-Claude Van Damme?
not John Claude, but there's a movie coming out. It's been made, I believe, or they're finishing it now. It's coming out next year with Ryan Reynolds, where
It's
he
what?
plays an NPC character in a video game that realizes he's
Oh, yeah,
that. and like whatever hilarity ensues. I guess.
that's
I don't know.
fun. It's a
I don't know
comedy?
I don't know exactly.
No,
it's
it's
like
serious.
an action comedy. I
Yeah.
don't
I
know.
Plays
know
an
where they're gonna go with it.
NPC,
I auditioned for it.
non-player character.
Yeah.
That's like the
It's a pretty
ultimate
good script.
nerd diss, right? They call
Yeah.
someone an NPC. Yeah.
That means you're just like a dead on. It's just like
Damn.
walking into a wall.
Yeah, it's a guy pulling nails out of wood.
Yeah. By the way, if anybody makes that movie, you're welcome to. We both give you permission.
Yeah, go ahead.
We want tickets to the premiere.
Yeah,
That's all we want.
And say it's based on a conversation between Ari Shaffir and Joe Rogan.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
And Ari Shaffir's taping of his new motherfucking comedy special will be February 8th.
New York, Manhattan, right near Washington Square Park at the Skirball Center.
And arithegreat.com.
Arithegreat.com for tickets. I'll post it on my Twitter, my Instagram, and dude, yeah, February 2 shows.
I like how after all these years, you still are slurring your words together. Like you've never bothered fixing that.
How have
You-
I
you
made a
love it.
living?
It's amazing. We would joke around sometimes about you. It was like you would. It's like especially when we do tag team when you're introducing people. It's like you're fucking already
don't
done in
wanna
your
rush.
head.
Yeah, I don't
so
wanna
you're
get out of
rushing
there.
it out. You just mash it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Trussell. He's great. He's great. It's great.
I'll join words. I'll make 4 into 2. Sometimes I'll get 7 into 3.
That's a punch drunk thing too. You know.
You think I'm punching?
No, I don't think you
Oh,
are.
but that does
I know
happen.
you're not, in fact. But some people who are, one of the things is they start slurring their words together.
They said with my
You hear
learning
them talking like,
disabilities.
they're all of them. They all sound the same. Like they start
Yeah.
talking about like, yeah, we're gonna go down the store. Yeah,
Like they can't get their mouth to move as fast as their brain.
Something's wrong. There's the shit's not firing right. Brain damage, son. That's what we were talking about earlier. I know too many people that have been hit in the head.
Yeah.
It's just after a while, man. And the thing is, you can retire now and you start getting headaches like 3-4 years from now. Depression might set in 5-6 years from now.
Yeah.
7-8 years from now, you might have memory issues. It's not a simple like as soon as
Oh,
you're done,
really?
like here
Like
you
Matt
are right
Cow.
now. Like as if you stop fighting like right now today. And you're like, I think I stopped fighting at a good time. I got my faculties. I'm all fine right now.
Yeah.
Maybe. But maybe all the times you've been hit over those years leading up to that is going to start to kick in years from now.
Right.
That's why you see some fighters, they're fine when they retire, but then you see them 10 years after they
Later.
retire and you can barely understand a word they're saying.
Yeah.
That's what's going on there. That's when it's kicking in.
People die of heart disease like years after they stop doing coke.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That
It's
makes
just
sense.
Like it's their hearts just got weaker.
Yeah, that makes sense. I long for the day when they
Long.
figure out how to revitalize brains. When they figure out how to, whether it's through stem cells or
Snorting stem cell.
snorting
Just-
it, yeah. You have
Yeah.
to suck one of those Chinese guys' giant monster dick, and that's where the best stem cells are. Which is, you
the new
imagine
rhino horn.
that was the only way to fix TBI. You had to suck a giant
They
super
engineered
person's
the
dick.
That's right.
Yeah.
They
We
engineered
have
their,
a cure and also a catch.
We have shot
Dun,
it
dun,
right
dun.
into these monster
Yeah.
cocks.
That would be the Chinese porn film with these guys. That would be the debut. The only way to cure brain damage would be you'd have to suck one of their cocks.
And
So you
like-
get these old football players, their bad knees, have
Uh-huh.
to suck these giant Chinese cocks.
And they're like, what if sucking this cock, the act of it, gave me more depression? And they're like, well, second
Well,
treatment.
no. The cure is so good. It's so yummy. You're going to love it. You're going to want to suck all the cocks. It's like the first cock
You're not
you
gonna
suck.
wanna have
That's
only
what's
one cock in
hard.
you.
What's hard is like just go ahead and jump in the queue.
Yeah.
Just get in there and suck that
The
cock.
first one is the biggest one.
Once you're already a cocksucker. Like,
Yeah.
what are you worried about? Just suck to your heart's content. Now he's happy because it tastes good. The shame's gone. It's over.
Yeah.
And it cures all of his brain damage. Fixes
You
his
would get
knees.
treatments all the
Da,
time.
da,
You'd have
da.
women like Botox women that are addicted to it. You would have that. You'd be like, I
Imagine
want to
if
feel great.
that's where all of the best stem cells came from. They came from a dude's dick. And if you really
Wow.
wanted to get them, you got to get them right from the tap because you can't have them in the air. They die instantly. Ah! So you got to literally take it from the cock to your mouth. Sorry, there's no other way.
Oh.
Look at Jamie. Jamie's like, I'd rather have brain damage.
Can I picture a movie?
Sure.
Okay,
Does it
so
have to do with cocks?
Yes, it does. It's a
Chinese
lot of that.
guys?
So these Chinese guys are actually bred in a lab to make. They're not out in the streets, but then
Okay.
but that's just to milk them for their fucking
For the
juice.
Juice.
You know,
Right.
but they
Super
get,
sperm.
and they get out.
They get out.
One didn't lock the door.
Oh, they get out
and
into the
then
streets.
it's these monster guys, and people want to kill them, but also like, don't kill them. We need their sperm.
Right.
So it's first they try to capture them alive. They're also massive dudes, and then people want to suck their dick. So when they're
Of
about to be
course.
caught, maybe that'll have something to do with it.
Right. The cops in the backseat sucking his dick when they're arresting him.
That's how they'll get out a bunch.
I got a bad back. Do you mind? Before we go in there,
Yeah,
you mind?
No, I get it. Come on
Somebody
back
suck
here.
you off real quick?
Come on back here. And he like lets him suck it off and just snap.
That would be the greatest fucking gay porno of all time.
Yeah, it would. You'd have to
A
really shoot
giant
it well.
Superman, engineered Superman with a giant hard dick, and everybody wants to suck his dick because it cures all of your ailments.
Yeah, and he wants out to live his free life.
I've had a
And you're
bad
like,
ACL since '86.
It's too important. You can't
I'll
live free.
I'll suck it. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, he can bribe. He can bribe any gay. I mean, it's great. They've done research.
They know, but imagine if that was the only way you could get the
cure
best
shit.
stem cells.
It was like Jesus touching you.
yeah. I mean, they're
Yeah,
growing
you
them in labs.
He would constantly escape. Like,
Yeah.
how much do you make a year, officer? 50 grand.
Right.
What are you hurt? You got stabbed, didn't you once? I can. Let's just make a deal.
Just open your mouth. I'll jerk off in it. You don't even have to suck it.
Your wife's got the cancer. Your wife's got cancer. You can shotgun it from my. You don't. She don't have to suck it. You can shotgun it. You can take it and then put it out. I get why you
I'll
wouldn't
tell
want
you
her to do it.
when. Just pretend you're sucking on your own
Close your
thumb.
throat.
Ready? Go.
Close your throat. Now spit it in her mouth. Spit it in her mouth.
Swallow it.
Feel the healing.
Yeah, it can't hit air at all. That's the catch.
Can't hit air. You got to make it airtight. Someone has to plug your butt during
it's
this
so
too.
ridiculous.
At least with the toe.
Da, da, da. How long before women have robot fuck dolls? Once men have robot fuck dolls, how many years before women have them after that?
Well, I
'Cause
think
it's
it'll
not
be
gonna be
when
instant.
men allow
No,
the women to have
they'll
it.
allow.
I don't think it's a good
They
idea to
already
let them have
allow
it right off the
They already
bat.
have it. They already
That's-
have it. They just don't have the body that goes with it. They already have the best fuck things. They have vibrators and giant dongs and purple dicks
Actually,
and
because
shit.
you want hardness. Men want softness, which is harder to replicate than hardness.
Some
What are you, a
man-
chemist?
Maybe.
What?
Some man would want something interesting that a woman would probably take advantage of.
Like what? What do you mean?
Eventually. Not all men want to.
What are you trying to
How
say?
high are you? What's the
What are
name?
you trying to say? I don't know what you're
The
saying.
fuck are you saying?
You keep second guessing
Some
yourself
guy's
before
gonna
we
want
heard.
something up his ass. Basically, is what I
Oh,
was
yeah,
getting
for
at.
sure, for
That
sure.
Sure.
Some girl's gonna take eventually.
Yeah, but they can
Some
use.
girl's gonna take.
Like,
Oh, you're saying that's how they get
commandeer
it.
that machine or
I
that
get what you're
device
saying.
and be like, oh, it was made for a guy. But
It'll be a
guess what?
sex doll for men. Then the gays will be like, I'm a man, I want mine. And then women are like, can I use yours while you're not using it?
Right. So if a
Right.
gay guy has a fuck doll, then I get it.
Like a
Yeah.
massager's not for a massage; it's for whatever girls use it for.
It's
When
for
the
old
lesbian
click.
forecloses on the gay man's house for partying all day and not working,
Right. When
then
they're
she can use
industrious.
their fuck doll.
Yeah, industrious lesbian. She goes,
Yeah.
listen, Luther, you're a loser, but you got a good fuck doll.
Yeah.
Clean it up and bring it by my place.
Yeah. Is this all part of the movie?
Yeah. This is how it ends. It ends with the lesbian entrepreneur getting the fuck doll in payment for back rent. Okay. We're about 50 years away from having indistinguishable. I just made that number up, but I'm pretty confident.
No, it's
Indistinguishable human robots.
that's exactly right.
I think it's about right?
Yeah.
Right about when you and I are ready to kick the bucket, we'll be walking, there'll be robots hanging out at Starbucks, and we'll go, that's not a real person.
Yeah.
Remember
This
that?
was already on my pad just when I walked in here. So I believe
50
you're
years.
correct. Yeah.
Wow. You wrote that already?
Yeah, that was already on here.
That's
thinking about the sex
incredible.
dolls.
What were you just doing with your hand that made it look like writing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
See a pen,
remember saying
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't see a pen.
There's nothing over there.
No.
Anyway,
Jew. February 8th.
February 8th, Ari Shaffir Jew. I'll
tickets
enunciate.
in New York City. Tickets at arithegreat.com.
All right, the great guy. Yeah,
Skeptic Tank has been outstanding.
dude, I'm sorry.
Excellent podcast.
We were trying to do a swapcast.
Yeah, we'll do another one.
Okay.
We're around.
I want to have you on.
Yeah, we're going to talk
gonna
about
do that one.
poisonous things, but
Yeah.
we got high.
We did. That was
Because
the
I
plan, is
got
to do
high.
this and then
Because
swap
I got
it.
high. We could swap this. You
No.
can put-
No.
We'll do another one.
I'll do another
We'll do
one.
another one. We'll do it on things that scare you, right?
Yeah, those monsters. Shit you're always talking about.
Yeah. Things that can kill you.
Yeah.
A lot of shit that can kill you, dude. We
Yeah.
can talk for days.
For days.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do the next one.
We should do it in here because I would like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
to be able
pull
to call
things
that shit up. Yeah.
we'll do it. We'll do it again. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
There you go, fuckers. You get another podcast.
There you go.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that was fun.